because that's what he does, and that's what legends do. And it's amazing that the guy is still young. And last but not least, of course, we got to watch a retirement party of Amanda Nunes beating the living shit out of another woman. And it was absolutely one sided the entire fight. I actually shut it off and didn't even find out that she retired until the morning. So, D, you go ahead and tell us because you got your hand up.
The one fight that I felt like most of the Twitter that was pretty 75-25 was the Nate Landwehr as well as the Dan Ige fight. Now, for me, I felt like Nate Landwehr was definitely rushed in competition a little bit too early. But did this prove something? Yeah, don't rush a guy. And Dan Ige, considering his number, I think his numbers like 13 or 14. He still got it. Dan Ige still got it, and he can still probably make a top 10 contention. He can probably still make it to the top 9, top 10. He still got it, and I believe that. I don't
I
know.
agree. I agree. I mean, Danny Ige is solid, top contention. He's got to get respect. I mean, when you look at his record, the guys that have, put him down, well, they had to do it in decisions majority of the time. I mean, the guy is all well rounded. He spent his time in the UFC, so he did what he was supposed to do. Nate, but everyone muted now.
Sorry, that was my fault.
Oh, oops. All right. But we'll go on to Sir.
I will say the Canadians sweat.
They did
Library
really
space
good,
must
actually. I was
How do we
shocked.
not bet that, Joe?
library space must have lit up, bro. And I'm not like trying to fucking rouse him or talk shit about him. I know how them boys get down. That space must have lit the fuck up.
Yo, but how do we not think about that?
Because you
I mean,
fade Canadians by rule of thumb.
yeah.
I was just,
Nah.
I was just
What?
gonna say, man, that freaking Canadian parlay, they all won. It was plus 8,900 on FanDuel. Plus 8,900.
If you
Damn.
Oh,
played that, wait. If you played that shit, Vinny, I will never listen to you talk a narrative again with your
I
Fade Canadian, Fade Canadians,
no, I
motherfucker.
didn't play
You
it.
he
better
says
not have
all the
played
I
that
Canadians
thought
shit.
are.
about it. I
Wow.
thought about it, and the first thing I thought about was, fuck the Canadians. They ain't gonna all win.
He says, jinx that. Wow.
I fucked up, man.
Yo,
Cade, what you got, bro?
Blake Builder will never, ever, ever see my money again.
Never ever, bro. Never ever ever.
same,
Fuck that.
man.
Fuck that motherfucker. He literally, let me tell you something. He ruined my night until he pissed me off so bad that I went
Oh,
and made a stupid bet that paid off. I threw a lot of money on Jasmine.
shit.
That's what I did to get back
Jeez.
because I threw
Yeah,
a lot of money at
I mean,
Builder and he got his ass kicked.
Judah,
when you're throwing angry money at a WMMA fight, you are in a very mad mode. That's for
Bro, I
damn
was
sure. You're
mad,
taking
bro.
some
Builder
chances.
pissed me off. And then that fool, I will never bet him again. He sucks.
He's not going to get another freaking good fight ever again. He might even get scratched after that. That performance was horrible, too.
All right, so let's also acknowledge that motherfuckers broke the stadium for Mike Mallet.
Oh, yeah. Holy shit.
They broke the fucking
Oh, my
stadium for Mike
God.
Mallet,
He
bro.
walked like nothing happened. That was the best part.
The bro, yeah, like he walked like, yeah, this is what we do. Who gives a fuck? I was like, hell yeah, bro.
I'm actually glad that it did. Like real talk, like it's funny the aftermath. But one, I'm glad nobody got hurt. But two, I'm glad they didn't fall on him.
Yeah, so that's the only reason I'm laughing and joking. No, everybody's fine.
Oh
Like
no,
them
no, no! It's
scratches and
funny
shit.
now. I'm just glad they didn't fall on him. That's what I'm saying. Because like it looked like when he was walking and they started falling, like as each one came down, he was just walking like barely ahead of them. Like they were just falling right behind him.
They would have had to cancel the fight right then and there, and I'm like, oh,
Why?
bruh.
Hey, dude, these Canadians aren't used to it. They're usually still wearing masks and locked up at their house. Okay,
Oh,
so give
knock
them
it
some
off.
time. They're
That's
not
not
used to
like
Oh
that.
my
What ranking
god,
is he?
no
Listen,
way.
What ranking is he?
so so a little bit of rank movement this week. Tim Elliott moved up 1 to 10. Mohammed Makayev moved up 1 to 10. Tajir moved up 2 to 12, and David Dvorak moved down 5 to 15.
Ursek came into
Ooh.
the
and he
rankings.
deserved
Yeah,
it.
what about Ursek? He has to
Yeah,
get
I
top
was gonna
10.
say I see that actually. Urseg entered at 14, right?
That's bullshit.
Yep.
That's bullshit.
And then Andre Munoz went up 1 to 14. Chris Curtis went down 1 to 15. And then I know Charles moved up the pound for pound again.
Yeah,
He's tied for
Charles is
7.
at 7.
I
Yeah,
see it. Yep. So he was he tied with Moreno before, or oh no, Moreno was 9. Was he? Where was Moreno before? Did he go above Moreno or something?
he was above Moreno because it was like 7, 8, 9. Yeah,
So they just switched it to a tie now. I gotcha. Um, I don't really know how Usman is still up there. Like whoever makes that
Yeah,
shit is
Bro,
that shit is
yeah,
don't,
I'm
so
sorry.
Nah, he
ridiculous.
deserves to be up there.
Charles should be ahead of Usman.
don't even get me started. I already talked about this after the
not
last meeting.
okay.
Nah.
Above Usman, but not above Aljo.
Yeah, I actually
So
agree with that.
I mean, is Stipe still in there? I mean, there's some, I don't know. There's some iffy ones from like
hey,
it.
this shit is rigged if Connor's still in
Islam where he
there.
fought like 2 ranked and he's already up
It's
there
the
number 1.
pound for pound. The whole thing's fucking rigged. What are you
Listen,
talking
man.
about?
Listen. Here's you could. This is how I know this list is bullshit. Max Holloway is number 12. Chimaev
Wow, Whitaker's in there though at 15.
Chimaev's not on the list, but Max Holloway is number 12.
Because Max
This isn't
Holloway still beats you in a video game, and that's part of the
Max
pound for
Holloway
pound.
would still beat me up in a fight. I don't give a shit. That don't have nothing to do with the UFC pound for pound, bro.
The disrespect to Jamal
Hey,
Hill.
don't be
That's crazy.
disrespecting Max Holloway because last time you guys tried that shit, he beat the brakes off your boy Arnold Allen.
That is
No,
I
true.
don't think he
who's
beat the
voting
brakes
Arnold
off of him
Allen?
there, bud.
Who voted Arnold Allen? Like honestly.
Me, bro. Kiss ass.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
a I'm
sorry.
a
Like
person
I
of
didn't
stats, so
know.
no, I even have it.
I'm sorry. I didn't know. Shit, I got Max.
All right, all right.
You got to the
I'm gonna
card.
jump into the card. I'm
Let's
gonna
go.
jump into the
Yeah,
card.
we got 14 of them, so we might as well get started.
All right, so UFC on ESPN, Vettori versus Cannonier, also
Oh,
known as UFC on ESPN 47 or UFC Vegas 75. It'll take place this weekend, June 17th, at the Apex facility in wonderful Enterprise, Nevada. Originally a featherweight bout between Josh Emmett and Ilya Topuria was expected to headline the event. However, the bout was moved to next week to the ABC card. UFC on ABC, Emmett versus Topuria. They then opted to book the middleweight bout between Vittori and Cannonier. It wasn't bumped up. It was booked as a replacement for something they moved. I'll go ahead and kick off the card. I think me, Rhino, and Marin are going to rotate tail of the tape, but everybody is welcome to get in on all the fights, just like always. I'll kick it off. I will start with I'm using UFCstats.com. That's the order we go in as the host. So Zach Praga versus Modestus Bukayas. I know I say that shit a little funny, but that's the best I can get it out. These boys are fighting at 205. Zach is 6'2", 76 inches of reach, fights orthodox. Modestus is 6'3", 78 inches of reach, and fights switch stance. Zach's only got 2 UFC fights. Modestus has got 5 or more. So comparing the stats is a little rough, but to this point, we can say that Zach lands at 4.4 significant strikes per minute. Modestus at 3.3. Zach absorbs at 2. Modestus absorbs at 4. Right now, the national or regional average in the U.S. is minus 192 for Modestus and plus 158 for Zach. I see him as high as 170 at a few books, and I see Modestus as low as minus 200 at some books. I'm personally not on either side of this fight, but I am taking the over in a parlay. I'm pretty confident on the over in the parlay on this one. I have zero hesitation to take it. I don't think a ton of either of these guys. I don't think poorly of them. They're just, I mean, it's Modestus, Bukaus, and Zach Braga. They're just not guys that have really gotten my attention yet, to be honest. Anybody else on this fight or on a bet for
I
this fight?
mean, just pick, if you had to pick a gun to your head, who you got though?
Modestus.
All right, say
The
less, man.
judges is who I got.
Oh, don't say that. Oh God, when you say judges, like oh, Chris Lee.
Gonna be a split decision or something like
Sal
that.
D'Amato should go in the Hall of Fame. Fuck you guys.
Oh my.
You want to know how I score a fight? Look up Sal D'Amato's card.
Is it? Is it like what did he score? Like was he scoring this weekend or last weekend?
John Jones, Dominic Reyes is a beautiful example.
And it was a split decision.
Ah!
Motherfucker.
All right, guys. So going back to this fight, I don't know. Like I'm with you, Joe. I don't think a lot of these guys because they're iffy. They're 50-50. But I'll take Zach Powell on this one. Sometimes he does step up to the plate. You just never know what kind of day he'll be on. But he did make the move up to light heavyweight to challenge himself and to start a better one. And I think he's coming off a win. So let's keep it rolling with 2-0 at the new division.
Man, hey, look, check this out. Man, I went over his fight over and over, over and over. Yo, Zach, I don't know, man. Zach ain't it, bros.
Wow, way to get really detailed from all that goddamn homework, big buddy.
He just told you he ain't it. What else you want him to say? I just want to know
I
what
mean,
this
I'm
one
the same
does.
way. I watched a
I,
little bit of the Lithuanian kid, and I kind of agree on the same aspect. I mean, he came in pretty good with his debut, even though it went to I think a guy hurt his knee or something like that. Might have been a
yeah,
different
bro.
fight that
I
I was
just think
watching.
it'll be a grind.
Or no,
So
he
I
took on
think,
Pedro. He took on Pedro, and everybody exposed Pedro in that fight, and that's exactly what he did.
Yo, I be thinking Marin be just picking motherfuckers because they be Mexican and shit.
he
You
Well,
was
yeah,
on.
does. He ain't got no shame. He ain't got no
we knew
shame,
that.
bro.
We knew that like a year or
Nigga,
so.
he don't be having no like explanation on it. Like he just like he make up some shit because they Mexican. He did that shit with
He don't
Aldana.
even make no shit up. He just says, "I'm riding with my Mexican. I'm
Yeah,
taking such and such."
I
All they
don't
gotta
hide it.
have is
Yeah.
a Z in their first or last name, and you'll
Ah,
get a Moran bet.
no,
But it
actually,
don't be no like it don't even be no educated pick.
I
It just
no,
because
I
he's
actually
Mexican.
no with Zach. I actually watched the whole Ultimate Fighter, like the whole season when Zach was in, and I don't know, him losing to Usman's brother was just like the dumbest thing ever. I thought he should have won that season. I don't know what the fuck he was doing in that fight, just like standing there. But it is. Oh no, he got knocked out. So yeah, there you go. But anyways, yeah, I thought he looked good. I mean, he didn't look impressive, but he looked good. I mean, he is barely starting off his career, so I don't know. I think he still has some potential. That's why he moved up in division. But I don't know. I may be wrong.
So you gonna pick somebody that's starting off their career, or you gonna pick somebody that was over
Well, you're
somebody
right.
that's a champ,
You're right.
that
You're
was
right.
the champ before.
You're right. Hey, Cade, what you got?
Nah, I'm not betting the fight. I'm kind of with everyone else. But if I had to make a pick, I'm gonna go with Paga, and that's because I just think that this fight's gonna be a close fight,
Man, you just
and
trying to
I
fade
don't
me,
think.
man.
No, hold on,
Nah, you
hold on,
trying to fade me because you
hold on.
against me right now, bro.
It's not.
Nah, man. You always
It's not a
coming at me
-2.
sideways, man, with this
Modest is
loaded
not no
shit.
-200. And Paga can grind his ass out and take him to the scorecards, bro. Modestus ain't
Nah,
gonna
you
finish
trying
no
to fade me,
Paga.
man. You just trying to fade me.
He ain't gonna finish no Paga. Watch.
Let's see. Let's see. Can't
He
wait.
gonna get grinded out to the scorecard.
Listen. Nobody's finishing nobody. Bet the fucking over. What are you guys talking about? Oh my, that's the debate? Okay, I'll squash the debate. Nobody is finishing nobody here.
Joe. Nah, K just trying to fade me, man. He got something against me, man. So he just trying to find a way to fade me and get me. He know old boy gonna win. Fucking Modestus. He know he gonna win. He just trying to fade me until something stick.
Nah, he ain't gonna catch you though. I'll say that. He ain't gonna catch you. I see some slips. He ain't gonna catch you. Listen,
I
Marin,
see 13 more fights, so I think
Marin,
we
what
gotta
you got
go, man.
next, bro?
Ryan, you want to go next, or should I take this one?
You can go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. Well, next up on. Oh, sorry, guys. Next up, I don't know if this is the right order, but I got Dan Argueta. If it's not, because on Bovada they have it the other way around. But I'm gonna go with this one: Dan Argueta versus Ronnie Lawrence. Dan is 9-1, coming off a win. Ronnie is 8-2, coming off a loss. They're both from the U.S. They're kind of the same in everything. Dan is 5'7", Ronnie is 5'8". He has 68 inches of reach advantage. Reach, yeah, just regular reach. Ronnie is 68 and a half, so they're basically the same. And also leg reach, Dan is 38 inches, while Ronnie has 37. If we look at the odds, Ronnie is the favorite at -185. Dan Argueta is plus 155, and in this case, I'll be taking Dan Argueta.
Man, live odds or not live odds, regional averages on this fight. Man, I can't even find these motherfuckers. Oh, our Argetta plus 156, Lawrence minus 189. Yeah, I'm on Lawrence here. I'm not betting it, but I would take Lawrence here. I'll probably also look at the over here, but this isn't one that I'm promising I'm locking that I'm going to play. But I'll probably look at the over
Yeah,
here pretty strongly too.
I would lock the over because it's a wrestling battle, guys. I mean, when you look at their stats from their past fights, not only do they got a lot of decisions, they are takedown kings. The fights they lose, they get taken down. I mean, you look at Lawrence's last fights, the only time he didn't take down his opponent a bunch of times and he lost. So, I mean, I just watched some Dan's last two fights. That was pretty uh, grappling based and everything like that. I mean, you look at Tapology. Lawrence is the favorite. Obviously, 90% of people going for decision, and if he loses, Dan's getting 76% of the people picking the decision. So it's definitely going to be a pretty long 3 rounds.
Yeah, I
He's going
probably
to get
will
it close.
lock in the over 1.5 actually. I got my sheet right now and I already had the Modestus fight on there. I think I just added this one with the notation. I think I'm gonna lock that one in and play that on the parlay too, to be honest. I usually look for 3 or 4 overs. They're always there. You just gotta find them. Every card has overs. You just gotta find them motherfuckers. Anybody else on this fight? Bet aside on this fight or anything?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I was what's his name? Daniel. Yeah, he did pretty good when he moved up in weight. I wasn't even in his weight class, so if he go back to his regular weight class, which is 135, I don't know, man. He probably could give Lawrence some trouble, but so
Yeah, I was very surprised at this line, to be honest. When I flipped over and seen that the U.S. average had Ronnie sitting -189 and Dan at fucking 156. I'll be honest, I expected it to see like Dan at 125, Ronnie at plus 115 or something. Like, you if you look, if you go down, the line here. Shameless plug, capmma.com. FanDuel has fucking Ronnie at minus 200, bro. Like, maybe I'm crazy, but I'm like you. I seen that last performance, bro. I don't really see how. I don't know, man. I just think the line is wrong. I'm
I'm
not.
I'm not
I'm
even
not taking a side. I just think the line is wrong.
I'm not even going off his last performance because oh boy, what's his name? Soccer Club, whatever. That dude, shit.
Saeed Kop Romanov or whatever.
Yeah,
I forgot that was his last fight. I was thinking of the Martinez fight, but even that last fight against Saeed Jakub, bro, it ain't like he looked like total trash. They went 3 rounds.
right. I'm just going based off how Daniel went up a weight class and he showed a good count of himself. This ain't got nothing to do with Ronnie's last performance or whatnot. I just think, I think he could make, you know what I'm saying, get Ronnie some work. That's all I think. I'm gonna have to play him low
To
key.
be
I was gonna say, isn't he an LFA champ? That's what
to
I'm
be
looking
honest,
at.
I think Dan can take Ronnie down. I think Dan can take him down. That's how Saeed Jakub beat him, and I think that's how Dan can beat him. But I'm just taking the over. Like I don't know, bro. I had a shit week because I didn't stick to my rule. I've been on this rule of just one play, baby, and I fucking broke my rule and broke my fucking streak. So
What
that's
was the
what I
rule?
get,
What was the rule?
bro. So I've been on a one bet per week plus 1,000, and I hit that shit 4 out of 5 weeks. I came off that shit. Was like, yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna put a few parlays together. Took my main plays and broke them up and made some parlays and didn't hit shit. If I'd have taken my 5 core plays, 3 overs, and 2 fights, just like I wanted to, and parlayed them, I'd have been fine, bro. So I don't know. I'm just mad at myself. I switched some shit up and I shouldn't have. So whatever. But yeah, I've just been on one solid fucking. I try to get like plus 800 to plus 1,100. If it's 4 legs or 6 legs, I don't give a shit. I hunt for plus 1,000
Hey,
basically.
I found low key. I kind of like found a little formula. Five picks, five like picks far as like the fighters and 4 overs or not 4 overs but
So that's
four.
funny, bro,
Go ahead.
because I do 2 fighters and 3 overs or unders.
Yeah.
That's like my thing, bro. I be trying to find 3 over unders and 2 fighters, and usually that shit'll get me to like plus 850 to plus 1,100. And sometimes I'll switch something out to get better odds, but usually when I put my 5 down, that's it. I'm dropping them, and that's what serves me better. Second guess yourself and throw your money away is how I've been doing lately. Like, just take the 5 that you locked in, take the fucking odds you get on them, and be happy with it. Drivey's a great better, bro. You know, first thing he'll tell you, don't be afraid to take negative money, man. It still fucking pays. So like, if I can get to plus 750 or plus 800 on 5 picks I like, I'm cashing that shit all day, bro. All fucking day.
Hey, and one more thing. Plus 200s have been hitting too. I realized, like big dogs like that have been cashing.
Yeah, we got to get. We're gonna get an algorithm going with the through the site. It'll take me a little while. It's probably later this year, but where it tracks all that shit, so we can kind of compare. We'll be able to look directly at what odds cash just based on odds. Anyways, Rhino, I think you're taking the third fight, right? What you got next, bro?
Oh yeah, I got the ladies. We've got some pretty like
We know you
names.
love women's
First we
MMA.
have
That's why we gave you.
Teresa Ronda Blida, or however the hell you say her name.
Bletta.
She's from the Czech Republic, Bleda. So
Yep.
Teresa Bleda with a 6-1 record. She's coming off of a loss. Girl's only 21, but she is 5'9" with a 71-inch reach, and she's taking on Gabby or Gabriela Fernandez. So that means Marin took her to win, but she's also coming off of a one-fight loss, and she's 29. She's 5'6" with a 6'7.5" reach. Obviously, this is all about late rounds, and this is about decisions, but you got to go with the moderate favorite in here of Ronda just because she's been gone for so long. You got to take her back. Anybody else actually looking at any of these female fights?
Hell yeah. Hold on. What female fight we on?
Uh,
Fernandez versus Bleda.
I thought she. Oh yeah, yeah. I got the underdog in that one.
you taking this
So
Gabriella,
Yeah, I'm
huh?
taking Gabriella. Yeah.
Gabriella's plus 206 on the regional average, and Bleda is minus 256 on the average.
I mean, her
So
loss was to Jasmine, who just took out, Maverick. So, I mean, that was only 3 months, 3.5 months ago. I mean, that's a pretty tough one. Uh, I mean, Teresa just looks, young and, I mean, she's bigger. So, I mean, the size is usually doesn't really help in women's MMA, because it's usually a grappling battle and it always goes to them scores. So, unless she's going to land some decent strikes or something like that, uh, I mean, she's from Rio. You never
I
know.
mean, I took a. I did a play with Bleeder, but then I was like, hold on, let me take a look again. Man, Gabriella, man, if you really look, man, she nice. Like if you really look, like I think she can pull this off. So I ended up doing another play with Gabriella. Like I had to switch some shit
Yeah.
yeah,
around.
I
people
mean,
that don't do tape, the first thing they're going to look at is that Bleda's got some first round finishes and second round finishes, and they're going to be like, oh, she could probably pull it off. Like just on those simple things that people will look at and breeze over because it's women's MMA, I can see why she'll be everybody's favorite. But if you're watching it saying that Fernandez is the side, I don't care. I'm not betting this fight.
I mean,
I'm
the
not
only
fading you at all. I'm not
I
fading
mean,
you
the
at all.
only feedback I gotta give you on that, D baby, is that it's not like she really took on some tough competition in her LFAs, and even before that, when she was on some small cards in Brazil, she's fighting chicks that are 1-0, 3-0. She beats her with a unanimous decision. She knocks out a 10-9 in one. It was a submission to strikes, and then she submitted with a guillotine choke at a 9-4. Gets her debut, goes to a decision. So I mean, that's definitely a little bit of it's a risk. I ain't
Man,
gonna
shit,
lie.
I see what you're saying, but sometimes I could see some shit when even in people's losses. Like if you really look at that fight when she was fighting Jasmine, man, she was fucking Jasmine up. But and she got pretty good takedown defense. But yeah, I mean,
She gonna
we
need
just
it.
found out Jasmine, she really that bitch. Like she Jasmine gonna hit, man. She
Yo,
good
she's
competition.
nice. She's nice, yo. She put Maverick out every round.
Facts.
Man, I didn't think Maverick looked bad in the first, and I'm not just saying it
First
because
round, she
you
looked
know
alright.
him.
Man, she looked
Yeah, I
bad
didn't
from the
think.
start, bro. Stop playing, man.
I just
I
didn't
mean,
think
towards
she
the end of the
looked bad.
round, it was like, what the hell's going on here? This ain't
So
looking
I
good.
got
I mean, I agree with that.
so D Baby bet both sides, and nobody else actually admitted they have a bet on this shit. Um,
Hold on, I bet
I'm gonna
both.
go.
You talking about you talking about this fight we talking about?
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
on some real shit. The only reason I bet both sides because when I first took a look at this card, I was like, oh, Bleeder, I'm taking her. But I remember because she won like a round with what's that girl that knocked out Jasmine? Well, not knocked out
Con-
Jasmine, but knocked out Bleeder.
Contender series,
Who?
Mia.
No, Natalia. Yeah. So I was like, off my top of my head, oh, she won a round against Natalia, whatever her name is, and
Yeah, Natalia
yeah,
Silva.
Natalia Silver. So I was like, automatic. I put a lot of stock into that, but his son told me to like really look into it, and I was like, oh shit, like I like this Gabriella bitch. So that's why I ended up betting on both sides. So not cause.
No, I wasn't even trying to play you. I understood. I was just saying nobody else bet it. You ended up on both sides because you seen something.
Oh,
Um,
okay, okay.
I'm
I'm
just gonna.
betting the
Yeah, what
over.
about the
I'm
over?
betting
I
the
was gonna
over.
ask, what do you guys think about the over, Joe?
I'm
That's where
not
the
betting
real
it
bet's
because
at.
Bleda is live to finish. Like you don't have to like it. She is live to finish, and that's yeah. So I don't know. I don't know Gabriella well enough to know if she can go. If Baby says she can go the distance, then it's probably live. But
I mean, it's two young cats. I mean, Gabriella is still new to the UFC, and then Teresa's only 21, so she can do a lot of stupid shit.
I mean, I'm not big on it, but I'll take Bled on this one just because I know her more. That's basically it. It is a women's fight, so I'll probably take the over too.
I mean, since y'all saying it's just a women fight, why y'all don't just take the dog? You know what I'm saying? But that's how I feel.
Well, I guess we'll find out. Back to you, host. What we got
yeah, I
next?
was thinking that, but I was flipping back. I was looking at something. My bad. So next is Zalgas Zumagulov versus Felipe uh, Bu- Bunes, if I'm saying that right. Zalgas is a UFC vet. Felipe will be making his debut, and I believe he will be taking the fight on short notice. He's coming into the UFC without any Dana White Contender Series or anything like that. He beat Horiguchi in LFA. Um, and then he beat Cruz, a guy I don't know, also in LFA. But prior to that, he was 1-5 inside ACA before he got released. So yeah, I mean, it's not a deep resume there. I don't know a lot of real stats on the guy. I can name off Zaga stats: 5'4", 66 inches of reach. We don't have any of that on Felipe. Zagas lands at 4.8 significant or 4.8 strikes per minute and absorbs at 5.3. We don't have any of that on Bunes. I will not actually bet this fight, but I have said this before, and I will say this again. Zalgas is the biggest fade outside of the heavyweight division in the entire UFC men's divisions. I've said it. I've said it repeatedly. I've been challenged in these spaces. I've been argued with in these spaces. Motherfuckers have went on and on and on in these spaces, and he doesn't win. So if you're on him, I'm completely fine with that. But don't fucking try to sell me the river on it. His regional average is minus 169, and Bunes is plus 139. He's probably only one plus 139 because no one knows anything about him. Um, yeah,
Hey
I'm
man,
not.
I mean,
I
the
will not
size,
bet
the
a
size
Zalgas
advantage
fight.
here is pretty big. The size disadvantage. I mean, 5'7" to 5'4", 71-inch reach, 66 and a half. I mean, when you look at Felipe's last loss, it is to Jasir, I think is how you say his name. He was in top contention in the flyweight division, got submitted. That was it, his last fight and everything. So he has spent some time with some top contention when he was in LFA. I mean, obviously it's a definitely a big fight on the size disadvantage.
Yeah, but when Jussier Formiga beat him, it was after he got booted from the UFC for a 3-fight losing streak. So I don't know. I mean, his resume is not deep. I dissected it because I automatically fade Zagas, and I was like, oh, here we go, fade City. Um, but he doesn't prove anything on paper, and I will not tape a Zagas fight. I
nah,
won't
man,
do
he
it.
good this time, man. He changed his hairstyle, man. He got the judge. The judges got his back now, man. Ever since he
Got it.
changed his hair, money, he good. He get the pass. He finna win.
He got
I mean,
that mushroom haircut shit.
With that little Patty Pimlet, man, he good, man. He got the Patty Pimlet haircut.
Let's go.
We
Let's
we
get it.
straight, man. He get the green light now.
So now when he gets punched in the face, the hair is gonna move and make it look even worse, bro. He just fucked himself. No split decision. Bet the UD now. He just gave up his fucking edge where his hair didn't move, so he looks straight. Now every time he gets popped with a jab, his whole little hair is gonna fade back. Zagas is a fade, man. Nobody should actually be high on this fight. If you want to bet it, bet it. But Nobody should actually be
Man,
hot
why
in
you
this
think he the
fight.
favorite, bros? The hairstyle changed everything for him, man. Like,
He's a favorite because that other dude's coming in on short notice.
nah, man.
Um, yeah, that's why. The other dude's coming in on short notice out the LFA, and he lost to Jussier Formiga in the LFA, and then beat two guys nobody really knows, right? I don't know, bro. It just ain't. I mean, Felipe is probably the side. I don't give a shit to say it. Come back, butcher me. I had a horrible week last week. I don't care. Fuck that. Zagas is a fade. Bring his non-English speaking ass in here. I'll tell him no speaking English. You a fade, motherfucker. I don't care.
Damn, bros. Fucked up.
Yeah, it's like that. Him, Jared Van Der, Chase Sherman probably hang out together every fucking day, and they probably got they probably got a Twitter group. They probably got a Twitter chat group. Them three. It's probably fucking real. Anyway, Marin, what you got next?
All right, next up. By the way, on the last one, I'm with baby. I'm also taking Zalgas.
Let's
On this
go.
one, I got I got Carlos Hernandez fighting out of the U.S. He is 8-2. He's fighting Dennis Bonder. He is Ukrainian, 16-4. They're both coming off a loss. Dennis has a better reach at 69 inches compared to the 67 of Carlos. Better leg reach to at 38 inches compared to the 36 of Carlos. Um, Wait, is that the one? Oh, which one was next? Yeah, that's the next one, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't double
Sorry.
Carlos
check.
Hernandez,
Yeah.
and
No, yeah, I
Benny
Yeah,
got my.
Hernandez,
Bandar.
Yeah, okay.
Bonder.
Yep. All right.
Yeah,
So
flyweight.
Hernandez, he is even money. Dennis Bondar is minus 120, is a slight favorite. So there you go, guys.
Who you taking, bro?
Oh, I don't know any of these guys. So this one I'm for sure backing off.
Fuck
Probably
you. You
Hernandez
taking
because he's on
Carlos
Latino.
Hernandez, bro. Don't lie to me, bro. Don't lie to me, man. We're friends. Listen, you
He's
can
got
lie
a
to your
Z
friends,
in his
and I can lie
name,
to
and
my
his first name
friends.
is Carlos.
We do not have to lie to each other, Marin. It's okay,
All
man.
right, all right, all right. I'll stick with Carlos then. It's
I
even money
know.
too, so underdog. It's paying better than minus 120.
This is one of the few fights on the card. I just don't have anything on. If anybody has something on this, please feel free to jump in. But I do not get excited about 125-pound guys that. Yeah, he did beat Altamirano, and I think
It's a
Altamirano's
pick
pretty
and
good.
fight.
So yeah,
I mean, it's a pick and fight, no doubt about that. I mean, Carlos got in from a split decision. That was a pretty decent fight in Contender Series. You know, Denise, he lost his debut, but it was a arm injury. So maybe we see a different guy who really deserves to be at this level. But definitely a pick 'em fight, in my opinion.
well, that can be enough sometime. Nobody's hand up. I'm okay with that. Sometimes we laugh them out. Rhino, what you got next?
Next, we got Kyung Ho Chang against Christian. Jesus Christ, we'll go with nicknames of
Chris.
problem in a different language. So, how do you say problem in Spanish, Marin?
Oh wait, well, that's problem. In Spanish, problema. But
Yeah,
his full
that's his
name is
nickname,
Christian
Prolam
Quiñones. His last name is
uh,
Quiñones.
Quinones. All right,
Yeah,
well,
there you
his
go.
nickname is Problema, how you said that.
That's the problem. Yeah,
So,
el problema.
So that's the problem. So when we look at comparison here, Kang is from South Korea, 35 years old, 5'9", with a 73-inch reach against Christian, who is 5'8", at a 70-inch reach. They're both orthodox. Uh, I mean, these guys, the Problema is coming in on his debut, I believe. Let me double check that real quick. Nope, he actually got a knockout in his debut against Tara or Tara, I think Taha, with
Tajir.
the right hook. Tajir, holy shit, definitely got that one wrong. So he came off with that knockout. So, I mean, he's bringing some fire into this fight. So I will go with Christian with the knockout.
All right, so in this one, I am agreeing with Rhino. Sorry, Joe, if I'm stepping in front of you, but just wanted to ask you guys because it seems like this guy, the South Korean guy, I'm gonna just go with that. I think I just saw him in that one mini tournament that they had. I only saw one match of him, which was like the semis or the final, and he did pretty good. I think he won by knockout, but yeah, I think he came from those like Singapore, like Asia tournament, right? The road to the UFC, and
Oh,
so
okay.
if that is true, then I saw something good out of him. But yeah, I think I'm also taking Christian in this one. I don't know if my knockout, but at least money line.
Me is a slight favorite. What do you got, Joe? Did you look into this one?
So I didn't. I don't think Christian was on Road to UFC. I
He's
No,
actually
got
not him.
remember.
throat tattoos. He's got
Khan.
throat tattoos.
Say that again. Oh, Kang, you're saying was on the
Yeah,
road to the
from that
UFC?
Asia tournament, like Singapore and all that, when they had like two pay-per-views and they had to finish it up in between like the Glover Teixeira fight and the other one. Remember how they fought in Abu Dhabi and then they finished it up in Singapore and they had like all those guys fighting. I think in that one fight night where there was a lot of like Asians fighting, I think that's where I saw him like
Yeah, back,
Oh
geez, a
3 months
long
ago.
time
no,
ago.
he's got like 10 UFC fights.
Oh, really? That's a different guy that I'm
Yeah,
thinking of then.
Yeah,
not
he
even
beat
close.
Batgirl Dana. He lost to Ronnie Yaya. I actually remember. So it's weird the fights you remember. I don't really remember his fight against Dana, but I remember when he fought Brandon Davis on the Cormier Miocic 2 card. I remember that. I just remember that fight plain as day. And then I remember the Ronnie Yaya fight too because I don't know. I kind of like Ronnie Yaya. I don't want to say like. I like him as a person, not as a fighter. I think he. I don't know. I'm not big on Ronnie Yaya. I think he's a guy you can fade when the time is right. Anyways, yeah, so I actually think the side is probably Christian. I don't know who's the favorite here, but I think Dude will come in live. He's on like a 5 or 6 fight win streak. I highlighted him. I did not highlight Kong though, but I did highlight Christian. Yeah, I would just. I'm probably on his side, but I'm not. I'm not. Again, I'll have my picks. My parlay will come through in this card, but neither one of these boys are on my parlay. This fight is not on my parlay. If I had to pick, gun to my head, I would actually say take the fight to go the distance. No, um, but yeah, I'm not. I'm not on either side in this fight. Someone's betting this fight though. Will, you betting this fight?
I mean, I haven't looked into it, but eventually, yeah, I'm kind of liking Christian though because I mean he's 27 and this guy's 35 and 18-3 versus 18-9. I mean, I feel like the UFC might be liking Christian to win, but who knows?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you can look at that too. You know what I mean? Like the UFC's not trying to tear down a guy that's young, 18-3. I don't know. Some of that shit does matter at a glance, but I dug into a few fights, a few of them coming up here. I dug into pretty good. These just aren't them. Am I up next? I'm gonna lap this fight. Am I up next?
You are up next.
Man, I believe this is one of the fights I looked into. It is Alessandro Costa versus Jimmy Flick at 125 pounds. Jimmy Flick is 5'7", 68 inches of reach, fights orthodox. Alessandro is 5'4", 67 inches of reach, and fights orthodox. Flick's got 3 UFC fights. Costa's got 2. So the stats are a little iffy to quote. Costa's got no takedown averages. He lands 2.2 significant strikes per minute. He's 1-1 in the UFC. Flick lands 1.9 significant or strikes per minute, absorbs 3.4. He's 2-1 in the UFC. I am very high on this fight to go over. I am very, very high. I know that people will talk about Flick could finish him early and could submit him early. But I just think Costa will be able to go the distance with him. I remember when he fought Amir Albazi, specifically because I like Amir Albazi. You guys know I've been on Amir Albazi for a while. And he took Amir deeper than I thought he would. He did. And I remember Amir hurt him, dropped him once or twice. I think twice, dropped him at least once. And Amir struggled with some takedowns with him. I just think, I think the guy's pretty good. I'm not, I'm not on the side. This is one of my heavy overs. I would pick Jimmy to win because I like Jimmy, but I know he's like, what are the averages here? A 202 dog plus 202 dog, and Alessandro's a plus 250 favorite or a minus 250 favorite on average. So like everything favors Alessandro. I like Jimmy. I think he's a great chain grappler. I think he's good at chaining submissions. I think if he can get it to the ground, I think if he can latch on to him, he's got a real chance. But I'm very strong on the over 1.5 here. Anybody else on this fight? Fucking crickets, man. It's like I'm not even talking to you
And this
guys.
one, I agree with you. I mean, basically, I agree with you and everything. I was just gonna say it, but yeah, Jimmy Flick, like he's a great wrestler, and like you're saying, doing it in chain helps a lot. Also with the submissions too, and in this case, I'll be taking Jimmy Flick too. I do think that the over is also a great possibility and a great chance right there.
I mean, I haven't looked
Yeah.
into it that much, but I mean, I'm just looking to fade Jimmy Flick at this point, to be honest, because it's just, I don't know. He didn't look that motivated to fight coming off a 2-year layoff, 3-year layoff last fight.
No, and I'll be honest, man. Costa went into round 3 with Albazi, which says a lot. Like all the math says, like I'm trying to be honest, it's Costa's fight to win. I like Jimmy Flick. I think he's an all right kid. You know, I just want to see him kind of make it a little bit. He's a guy that I think we're going to see struggle over time, probably stick around the UFC, win, lose, win, lose, win, lose, win, lose for a long time. So I don't know. I just want to see the guy do all right. That's really just betting with my heart, but that's why I'm not taking a side and I am taking the fucking over. I'm really confident in this over. Baby, you got any action on this fight? I know you ain't over there raising your hand, but I gotta know. Baby taking this shit. He
I
ain't
guess
here.
he's busy.
I don't know, man. I've been looking at this guy, and he was doing pretty good. I'm just fucking with him.
Anyways, well that's all right, man. If nobody's got anything to say, we can flip through them sometime. Marin, what you got
Yeah.
next?
Next up, we got the feature prelim bout on UFC.com. I have Nicholas Dalby, and I'm only pointing this out because, like I'm saying, on Bovada they have them on a different order. They have this as the opener for the main card, but I guess that on UFC.com is the prelim feature, so I'm gonna go ahead with this one. It's Nicholas Dalby representing Denmark. He is 21, 4-1. He is fighting Muslim Salikov at welterweight. He is fighting out of Russia, 19-3. 5'11" is the height for Muslim, 5'10" is for Nicholas, 74.5 inches of reach for Nicholas, while 70 for Muslim, 43 inches of leg reach for Nicholas, while 41 for Muslim. In this case, they're both coming up a win, so right now they got Muslim as the favorite at minus 185, plus 155 for Nicholas Dalby. This one's tough, but I'm going to go with Nicholas in this one.
Yeah, I like Nick Dalby. I think he's a cool guy. I just want to see what the regional averages on this fight are. I'm on the over on this fight as well. I'm on the over unders. I fucking love them. Have for a long time. Yeah, I'm definitely on the over on this fight. Dalby is regionally in the U.S. I can't even fucking find him. Where the fuck is he? Man, that bothers me. I don't know why I can't find him.
I mean, this is an old man fight, so let's let Will. Will, what do you got?
So I actually think Dalby might be live here. I mean, I haven't taped it, and I can't give y'all like a confident pick in who I'm gonna bet without taping it. But I mean, I just remember Dalby looking really improved his last fight in Brazil versus Alves. So I mean, Muslim, he's just a striker, really kickboxer. I mean, it's gonna be a kickboxing match, so I think he's live, but we'll see.
Oh, I did find it. Minus 185 for Muslim is the regional average in the U.S., and Dalby is plus 153. Yeah, I think those odds could be a little closer than that. I think Dalby at plus 153 is a very nice bet if you think he's the side. I do think this one goes probably the distance, though. Um, yeah, I think we're gonna have a sleeper of a card, 7, 8, 9 decisions this week, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm not taking them all. I just I think there will be several fucking sleepers. Uh, in his last 5, Dalby has went to distance 4 times. If you the Jesse Ronson no contest shit. If you remove that and you go with the Alex Oliveira fight before that, he's went the distance 5 of his last 5. And then if you look over at Muslim, he in his last 5, he's went into the third round 4 times. He's went the distance 3 times, and he went over 1.5, going almost 2 complete rounds against Li Jiang. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
The over is fucking money
yeah,
here, bro.
no,
Like
I
I don't.
agree with that because I can just see it right now. They're gonna be point fighting at range, and it's gonna be a split decision. I can just see it.
Boring as fuck. Neither one of them got great cardio if they try to get moving. Um, they got to grind. I know that Muslim is like, people are gonna talk about knockout this, knockout that, knockout this, bro. He ain't been a fucking knockout artist in the UFC. He had too early back when the UFC was on Fox. Uh, yeah, and then won in his last fight, but he's went to decision and over many times, bro. The over is the money here.
Yeah, most definitely. I agree with that.
So to just to review, I am so far taking the over on the opener on the following fight, Ronnie Lawrence versus Dan Argetta. I'm taking the over on Flick Costa and Dalby versus Selikov. Um, who's up next? Is that Rhino?
Somebody's gonna fuck that up for you.
Yep, that's him.
Yeah, next
Rhino,
fight,
what you got next?
Rayoni Barcelos versus Miles Johns. We've got them both being orthodox. Barcelos is 5'7" with a 67-inch reach. He has got quite the accuracy. Strikes landed per minute, 5.69. Accuracy is 52%. We look over at Miles Johns. He is also 5'7" with a 66-inch reach. His strikes landed per minute is only 3.6 with a striking accuracy of 48%. Their defense against takedowns is not very good. 61. Oh, that's in grappling. Let me move down on that one. For takedown defense, they're actually really good, both 93 and 92%. So obviously going to be quite the standing fight. A lot of strikes. This is probably looking more of that over that Joe loves. My side, I mean, when you look at Barcelos' last fight, he got knocked out by Umar Nurmagomedov, so you can't look at that as too much. Where Miles Johns coming off of a decision win over Vince Morales. I'm going to go with Barcelos with a decision, but more of a betting odds. I'm going to go with more of a over 2.5.
Yeah, so I picked Barcelos. Uh, Probably not betting this fight. I picked Barcelos. I think he's a better fighter. I know he lost to Tamar Valieve and Victor Henry and Umar Nurmagomedov all inside his UFC run lately. But dude's good. Those guys that he's fought are real good. I don't think Miles Johns is on their level at all. Um, I just don't. I'm not discounting Miles. I'm not trying to write him off as trash. He's a good fighter. He's gotten some knockouts inside the UFC. He's put together some win streaks and shit in his career, but I just think Ronnie Barcelos is better. Yeah, that's just I just think he's better. I think if the knockout comes, I think it comes for Barcelos. I do not think it comes for Johns. I don't think the submission comes on either side. So, yeah, that's just my opinion.
I mean, when you look at Tapology out of the people picking him, obviously Johns is the dog. I mean, there's 47% picking him to win by KO. They're giving more of the knockout chance to Johns than they are to Barcelos. I mean, I think it's obviously going to be more later time into it, but doesn't look like anybody else got anything
I
on
mean, the
this.
only
So
thing that worries me about Marcellus is he was just knocked out like pretty bad like 5 months ago. But that's it.
I mean, your truth on that. 4 months, 3 weeks. It's a hard thing to come back. I mean, obviously, it's coming from a top contender guy.
Yeah, but he didn't go out. He got folded,
I
right?
think
And
his
then fucking
I think his head bounced off the
Left hook.
canvas.
I don't remember it that way, bro. I thought he got fucking folded and then followed up when he hit the ground. Maybe I'm wrong.
um,
I thought that was how Umar finished him.
It was in the first round, 4 minutes, 40 seconds into it. Let me hurry up. I'll watch it.
I'm
Go
telling
to the
you, he
next
kicked him
one.
in the
Touchdown.
body and dude folded and then he followed him up.
oh, I mean,
That's what
yeah, I
happened.
just watched it. It wasn't that bad. He got hit with a little left hook and then fell back, but like that left hook didn't even look powerful. I don't understand how he got knocked out by that, but I'm not in there.
Yeah. He got folded by a body kick. I'm telling you. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. I think Barcelos is good, man. I like him. This is not a fight I'm taking action on. Both guys can be finished. Yeah, Miles could knock him out early. It could fucking happen. But I think the deeper the fight gets, the heavier. Like if you're live betting, I think it will probably be heavy, uh, or yeah, heavy odds against Miles late into the fight. I think as it goes deeper and deeper. Um, yeah, I just think that's how it'll go. So the reason I was all fucked up and couldn't find odds a minute ago is because the PFL card is up on our site. And I was like, why is the UFC broke up into 3 dates? Who the fuck are all these dumbasses? And then I'm like, oh, that's the PFL card. Damn, my bad. Corey Anderson and Phil Davis are fighting over there, or is that nope? That's probably from the
Bellator,
That's
right?
Bellator.
yep, that's probably
There's gonna
post.
be three. Yeah, there's gonna be three events like Thursday, Friday, and
Dude, I'm
Saturday. So
going
it's
to
gonna
this.
be awesome.
I'm going to it. It's going to be hype.
Nice,
That's
man.
badass. Where's it at,
I'm
Which
in
bro?
one?
Chicago right now. I'm doing the media day tomorrow. Cade set me up actually, so shout out to him.
Are you doing it for Cage Sides Press?
Yeah, I'm doing it for the Combat Lounge. So, I don't
Damn.
really know. I don't know what I'm getting into, but I know I'm just trying to get in here, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's what's up,
Yo,
man.
we need some people like
That's
that, yo.
badass, bro. That's badass.
We need some
I
reporters.
Yeah, I know. We need a million things. We need a million things. I know. Cade's a good friend of ours, man. I'm actually gonna get some of his stuff up on our site, on our page there. He's I'm not I'm not I'm not driven to become an MMA reporter. I would like to be able to interview fighters more frequently in the space, things like that, but I have no desire to be press. I just don't. I'd like to go with John Morgan for a day, but yeah, that's about it for me. Who's next?
You are, I think.
Son of
We will.
a bitch.
We were. We went around the whole circle now.
All right, all right, all right. Don't talk about guys in circles, bro. Stay away from them. All right, so we should be breaking into the main card now. Nicholas Mota versus Manuel Torres. Nicholas Iron Mota and Manuel El Loco Torres. These boys fight at 155. Torres is 13-2. Mota is 13-4. Torres is 5'10", 73 inches of reach. Mota is 5'9", 70 inches of reach. Torres has got 2 UFC fights. Mota's got 3 UFC fights. Torres in his 2 fights has managed to land at 10 strikes per minute and absorb at 3.7. 10.5 he lands at. Mota is at 3.3, absorbing at 4.5. Both guys have 100% takedown defense to this point. Bet the under. That is my advice on this fight. Bet the under. I don't think this fight goes the distance. This should be an exciting fight. It was moved to the main card because it should be a very exciting fight. Torres is a finisher. Mota is a finisher. Yeah, bet the fucking under on this fight. Will's got his hand up. Go ahead.
Yeah, this should be all Torres, in my opinion. I mean, he's long and rangy, and dude, when I watched him first in his last knockout, I mean, his boxing is just super crisp, super sharp. He's really sharp, and he opened at like minus 160. I got a little bit on that. Now he's like minus 200 and was moved to the main card, all because of Manuel Torres. I'm pretty sure he's going to get the knockout.
Very
I mean,
nice.
they're sitting in that spot, man. First fight on the card of the main. Yeah, that's what they're looking for.
I'll be honest. I may take Torres, bro. To be
Dude, you
honest,
should. He's free, I feel like. I'm confident.
man. Yeah, I actually just edged him in there. I had the under there. I edged him in. Uh, yeah, I like that play. I'll.
I mean, I got a quick backup to our last fight, and Umar did knock his head right off the canvas.
Did
I
he
mean,
really?
it was a good smack. He put in for like a nice kick and then caught him right with that left on the chin and just dropped him. He was completely out. He jumped around celebrating after.
No shit. Hey, Marin. Marin done
Uh,
left.
yes, sir. Sorry, I was charging my phone. What's up?
No, we're good. So who you got, Mota or Torres?
Oh no, Torres for sure. And like, I was just gonna agree with Will. I was just like, had to charge my phone because it was dying. But yeah, no, Torres, his first fight, it was nice, crisp boxing, and I can see why they call him El Loco. And like, I saw the preview package on that fight when Brandon Moreno and other Mexican guys who train with him, were talking about how he fights, and they weren't lying. Like, they were saying straight up the truth, and I can see it. And I mean, I can see where Will's coming from, and I agree with him.
Yeah, what sucks is Moto's a really nice dude. Like I know who he is, and yeah, fucking, he's another one of Jim Miller's young. I'll knock you the fuck out, guys. Too. Don't bring me these young bucks. I'll knock their asses out. He's one of them boys.
No,
Jim
yeah,
Miller.
I've seen him like in interviews and everything, and yeah, you're right. I mean, I also like him, and yeah, sometimes how he fights, but yeah, no, Torres, like, he's coming on a hot place right now.
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember what gym he fights out of. Maybe it was for the Dana White Contender Series, but I've seen like a whole little thing on Nicholas Mota. Like I actually know like who he is. I can't remember why. Like it had to be for the fucking Contender Series, but man, I thought maybe he was on the Ultimate Fighter, but it says he was on the Brazil seasons, and I didn't watch the Brazil seasons, but like I really Nicholas Mota is a guy I'm really familiar with personality wise. I don't really know why.
Yeah. Well, you got something else to say?
I was
I
just
saw
gonna
you raising it.
say he was supposed to fight on his birthday on that San Antonio card. So yeah, I was gonna hammer him against Trey Ogden, but that never worked out. So I'm hammering him now.
You're talking about Torres?
I'm talking about Torres.
No,
He had a
Mota.
fight canceled with Trey
Oh,
Ogden,
Torres. Oh yeah, that one fell through. I
and
saw
I
that.
was gonna
You're right.
hammer him then. So I'm just gonna hammer him now.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. Anybody else got bets here? If not,
On to the next.
Marin, what you got next,
Yeah.
bro?
Next up, we got a pair of featherweights. Squaring off, we got Pat Sabatini, 17-4. He's coming off that loss too. I think it's still the Damien. Oh no, with the Leech, Damon damn, I forgot his name. I know him. I like him too very much, but I just blanked out. But he is fighting Lucas Almeida, who is fighting out of Brazil, coming off a win. 14-1 is his record. He has better height and reach. 5'11" compared to the 5'8" of Pat. 71 inches of reach compared to the 70 of Pat. 41 inches of leg reach compared to the 38 of Pat. Pat is the favorite though, minus 180, plus 152 for Lucas Almeida. In this case, I'm also taking Pat due to his heavy wrestling.
This is the guy that we watched lose to Daniel Zellhuber on Dana White Contender Series a couple of years ago. Almeida is. Fucking. I know Sabatini lost to Damon Jackson, but like I think Damon Jackson is fucking pretty sweet in his old age. Yeah, I don't know. Hard fight to cap for me. I didn't dig into it at all. I got a couple more I am on here. Yeah, I'm not on this fight at all. I just wanted to point out that we watched him lose, I guess, on Dana White Contender Series because I'm a dick. I don't know why I felt the need to do that. Will, what you got?
You just wanted to point out how his only loss was to another young up and comer, inexperienced too.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
All right. Well,
I mean, I actually think
I
Almeida.
got nothing, man. I was wrong, bro. My bad.
I actually think Almeida might be kind of live here. I mean, the past 3 fights he was supposed to have, all 3 of his opponents pulled out. I don't know if they're scared of him or just injuries happen and all, but I mean, he's long, he's rangy, and I mean, Pat Sabatini, is he an exciting fighter? I can't recall. Like, is he, or is he just a wrestler? You know?
he's just a wrestler.
Yeah. So I
No
mean,
stand.
He's boring as shit.
Yeah, I mean that's why his matchup with Damon Jackson was nice because it was wrestler against wrestler. But yeah, he got
Man, he got fucking manhandled is what
yeah, he
happened.
lost all 3 rounds. It was 30-27. But yeah, it's all wrestling. Barely some submissions. He has gone one like in the second round of his like second UFC fight, I think. But other than that, just all
yeah. So I
wrestling.
mean, Almeida, he's going to be improving. So it's all about who's coming in better shape for this fight in some fights, and it might be Almeida here. I don't know though. I just think he's live. I'm not saying I'm betting him. Or I'm not betting Sabatini though at minus 200.
Sabatini is the favorite. Get the fuck out of
Yeah,
here.
Yeah, I just looked it up on Bovada right now, and it's minus 180 and plus 152 for Lucas Almeida. That is updated right now. But yeah, that is true. Like we were saying, in other books, it might be even minus 200.
Bro, he's got an average of minus 185. Almeida averages plus 152. Shameless plug for any new listeners, capmma.com. We're the only place that's got regional averages. You can select US, UK, the European Union or Australia. You can select American odds or decimal odds. We show the regional average for whatever region you're in. Hopefully, by this time next week, we'll have a parlay calculator up so you compare all books side by side. And we will have a global average so that all books across the globe, you can see what the average odds are on that fighter. Yep, just shameless plug, whatever. That's my job. I don't know where Deb Picks is. He's supposed to do shameless ass plugs. All right. So, anyways, I'm surprised he's the fucking. I'm surprised that that's where that line is, minus 185. Ugh. Anyways, who's bets? Who's got bets on it?
I'll be betting Almeida.
Nah, I did hear you. I was asking if anybody else was. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
sorry.
I did hear you. I actually noted your little bet there, not to like challenge you on it, just to
No,
look
I
at it
got you.
because I don't. I don't think much of Sabatini, to be honest. So I don't know. I'm not overly on this one. Marin, what you got next?
I think next is wait, isn't me? Oh yeah, damn. I was just doing another one. Next up we have Armin Petrosian. He is fighting Christian
Wait a
Leroy.
minute. Did I skip? Did I skip
You
Rhino?
skipped me.
Yeah,
You
yeah, that's what I
skipped
was thinking,
me.
right?
Yeah. My bad.
Yeah.
Rhino, what you got next, bro?
All right. I got
I didn't think you
exactly
did
what
it.
he just said with
Go ahead.
Christian Leroy Duncan and Armin. How do you say it? Pastrodian or something?
Petrosian.
Pastrodian.
Uh,
Petrosian.
I,
Pastrosian. I'm going. It sounds like cheese, so we'll just give him cheese.
Just go along with it. Yep.
Yeah,
Armin.
might as well. I mean, his nickname's Superman, so you gotta give that to him. And then I do like Christian Leroy Duncan or CLD, which is a pretty decent one. When we look at him of tail of the tape, our man is 6'3", 71-inch reach, orthodox. He is also coming in with a 5.99 strikes land per minute, 51% accuracy. Uh, when we go into the takedown aspect, he's never been taken down. This is his second fight in the UFC. The first one was or no, I'm thinking of Duncan on that. He's just never been to the ground. When we look over at Christian Leroy, he is undefeated, 6'2", 59-inch reach, so he's got quite the reach advantage with switch stances. In his only UFC fight, they've just got 4.8 strikes per minute, 64 accuracy. So, I mean, obviously, this is a fight for the stand up. Both guys, I did watch tape on each guy. They are very well rounded. This is going to be a pretty good fight, in my opinion. Both guys kind of have what it takes to do what the other guy is good at and to slow him down. If I was going to go with a knockout, I'd probably go with CLD, but I feel like it's going to go more to a decision, so I'll take Superman Armin to win by decision.
Man, so I was on Armin, and then I seen Dravi was on Armin, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. But man, I really like Christian, and then Baby was fucking with me about it a little bit. And I'll be honest, I'm washy on this fight right now. Like I would, so my problem is if someone is good enough that I have tuned in to see them in the lower end promotions, like Christian Leroy Duncan is fighting. I'm gonna watch Cage Warriors on purpose to see it. Um, Man, I consider you a pretty big deal, and I watched his last two fights in Cage Warriors before he debuted in the UFC. And when he fought Dusko, a lot of people had counted him out for whatever reason, and he looked fine against Dusko. So I don't know, man. I like Christian Leroy Duncan. I had originally leaned to Armin, but I'm going back and forth on this one. I don't want to say I'll have no action on it. I'm just saying I'll go back and take another look at it. Petrosian is beating Gregory Rodriguez. He lost to Kyle Barrio, who I'm pretty high on, and he went the distance with him. And he beat AJ Dobson, which I know beating AJ Dobson isn't necessarily like the biggest deal. But the dudes looked good. I don't know. I'm starting to feel like Christian Leroy Duncan by submission could happen in a scramble. But fuck, I'll look at it more. Who's betting it?
I mean, our men also had a pretty decent scrap with RoboCop, if you remember that. That was pretty bloody.
Yeah, he's a great fighter. Christian Leroy Duncan is like maybe a
I
future
mean,
contender. I don't know if he'll
yeah, I
ever get
mean, he's
a
got a
belt.
pretty decent freaking. His record as an amateur is, he's got some losses in that. And I watched some tape where he was talking that aspect that it makes him feel good that he has dealt with a loss, even though he is undefeated at a professional level. He's at least dealt with that fate of losing. So, I mean, I like them switch stances. They're starting to land pretty good. I mean, if you're feeling the Duncan knockout, I think that's for the bet. For the paper, our men, I think this has a little bit more technique into it. But like I said, them switch stances are throwing guys off, and you could see something that really makes this guy still think it's going to be a good fight.
Bro, even though he has a few losses as an amateur, the dude has 23 fucking
Fights.
Amateur fights. Amateur fights. Just amateur. That's not even fights. He's got 23 amateur fights before he became a pro. Dude's record makes him look shallow, but he has been fucking fighting at a good rate for about 6 or 7 years now. So I don't know. I just
A lot of
thought I'd
still
point
him in
that
the
out.
ring.
I'll be back and forth on this one probably until bet day when I'm posting my slips in the group. Uh, Anybody else on this fight? No. Well, that's
Yeah,
okay,
write me
Marin.
down for a CLD knockout.
Oh, you're gonna take it, huh?
I'm gonna take it. I mean, I watched a
Yeah.
lot of his fights today at work. I was bored.
I was at work. I was bored. That's always a good one. Your boss would be so fucking thrilled.
My boss
Marin,
wasn't there.
what you got next?
Now it's yours. Now it's your turn.
Ah,
He gets
fuck.
the
I
main.
got
He gets the main event unless you want it.
Yeah, unless you want
the.
to switch around, it's up to you.
No, 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 no. That's fine. That's fine. Armin Sarukian versus Joaquin Silva is the co-main event. Lightweight bout. Armin is 5'7", 72 inches of reach, orthodox. Silva is 5'8", 69 inches of reach, southpaw. Um, yeah, I mean, both guys got a pretty decent resume as far as length in the UFC. Armin averages 3.3 takedowns per 15 minutes with a 75% takedown defense and 33% accuracy. Silva averages almost no takedowns per 15 minutes with a 50% accuracy and 65% takedown defense. Armin lands at 3.5, absorbs at 1.9. Silva lands at 4.0, absorbs at 4.5. Man, I'm not going to overtalk this fight. Armin Sarukian is a minus 1,000 favorite for a reason. Um, yeah, a lot of people will probably have him in their parlay one way or another. Um, I I don't think that the inside the distance is safe. Like I heard some people in a space that I was in before talking about that the fight that Sarukian should end it inside the distance, like should finish him. But I think there's good reason to believe that the fight could go into the later rounds. So maybe if he does finish him, don't take the under. But I could be wrong. But obviously, Armin is a massive favorite for a reason. Marin, go ahead.
No, yeah, I totally agree with you. Picking up from the last fights that Armin Sorokin has had and the great performances that he's had, I think he'll keep on doing that. I mean, yeah, and this guy, I mean, he is Brazilian, so it can go into the ground and it can't be as easy like you're saying. And I mean, no one should think that it is a fight, but at the end of the day, you never know. But yeah, I mean, you're right. There's a reason he's a heavy favorite. I rarely do parlays, but I'll probably do one for him because yeah, if he's a big favorite like that, something else got to pay out. And I don't know if I should take the fine when I go the distance, just because you never know. And also, he is a heavy wrestler, so usually they go into decision, but we shall see. But Sarukin has looked pretty great in the last few fights that I've seen him.
I mean, he is.
Yeah,
Armand
I didn't
is
expect much
definitely the
more.
future.
Will, what are
He's
you
the
betting on
future.
this fight?
I mean, probably nothing.
Nothing.
He's minus
It's
a
okay.
thousand. I mean, I don't know anything about
Yeah.
Silva, but yeah, I'll probably just skip it and probably go get some food.
Yeah. There's no way I'd put $1 on somebody like this. I mean, if you want to have some fun for Silva, just so you can like brag to people online that you called it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ricky Glenn KO'd fucking Silva. I forgot about that shit. He KO'd him at like
Nasrat did too. Nasrat knocked him out with overhand left.
no shit. Yeah, there's not much to talk about there.
It was a
Marin,
long time ago. Let's
what
hear
you
about that
got
main event.
next, bro?
Main event time.
Main event time.
All right, guys. So as you all know, like you said, it's Marvin Vettori, ranked number 3 in middleweight in the UFC, is fighting against ranked number 4, Jared Cannonier. Marvin Vettori is coming off a win. I think he beat Roman Dolidze last, if I'm not mistaken. He is 19-6-1, representing Italy, while Jared Cannonier is 16-6, representing the US of A, while he last beat Sean Strickland in that one controversy to end the last year. Um, Anyways, Marvin is 6 feet tall. Jared is 5'11", 74 inches of reach for Marvin Vittori, 77 and a half for Jared. 41 inches of leg reach for Marvin, while 41 and a half for Jared, so they're kind of the same. The odds suggest that it's going to be a great fight. Minus 120 for Marvin, even money for Jared as of this moment. And so, yeah, there we go. In this case, I'll be taking Jared Cannonier. Hopefully he wins again, but not as last time. Hopefully it's a bit more convincingly.
So Marvin Vettori did not beat Roman Dolidze.
Yeah, sorry. I was just thinking off my mind. I didn't even wrote that down.
Oh, he did. He did.
He did?
But
Oh,
I
there we
just
go.
fucking I like
Yeah,
Roman
right?
and I don't like Marvin.
I don't like Marvin too. That's why I picked Jared.
Yeah, I don't like Marvin. I do like Jared, which tells me probably don't bet it. But I've heard some really sharp people on the over. I'm not sure if they're talking over 1-5, 2-5, 3-5, 4-5. I can't really argue. I mean, they are really sharp guys. I think Jared's ability to knock people out goes at least into the third round. He has proven that on multiple occasions. So, like, I don't know how I feel about the over 4-5, the over 3-5, even the over 2-5 personally. I understand. I understand that Marvin is Marvin, and he's never been knocked out. He's never been finished. So the chances of Jared finishing him are not great. But Jared hits hard as fuck, man, and he catches you with two good hooks, and he can change the dynamic of the entire fight, and he can finish just about anybody. He gets on top of you and throws elbows. You're gonna be in big trouble. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not I'm not overly crazy to bet this fight, but I will probably look at round 3 to start. Yes, I can get that in a book. And depending on what those odds are, it may land in my parlay, but it is not what Trace would refer to as a targeted pick. Marin, go ahead.
Oh, well, I mean, I didn't want to jump ahead of Will, but yeah, just wanted to say that I do think that also it's not just because I dislike Marvin. It's also, if when I look at them fighting, I think Jared, his striking, like you're saying, is much cleaner than Marvin's. I think it would just be a strike battle, just like the Sean Strickland one. Very, very few takedowns, if anything. Um, yeah, other than that, I looked at, I mean, my book, the one that I can only use here is Bovada. But yeah, so they do, because it is the main event, they already have total rounds over under on all of them. But Will Fight Go the Distance, it's minus 155. So I'm pretty sure it's the 4.5 that you're talking about, because that's the favorite to just go to the decision. But, Will, what you got?
Yeah, so I was just looking at Jared Cannonier, and I've noticed that all 6 of his losses in the UFC they've come to somebody taller than him, and Marvin's taller than him. Not one person he's lost to is shorter than him. So I mean, I was thinking about this fight, and I was like, yeah, I think it's going to go the distance. And then I'm looking at this, I'm like, okay, maybe Marvin by decision since Jared doesn't beat anyone taller than him, but I don't know.
And
Warlord.
I feel, yeah, I think you're in the same boat. I mean, Jared does take a while to get started. You know that Marvin's going to be going for takedowns galore. Uh, I mean, so obviously my bet would definitely be about like over 3.5. I don't know what the odds on that are, but like, I guess you get a little closer to fight time and we'll know how much everybody's on that. When I looked at one little dip in the line where Jared was the dog and then kind of bounced in to being a little closer fight. So I guess everybody was talking about that to move that line down as far as it did.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. I mean, minus 155. I don't think is that crazy good odds for it to go the distance. I don't know, 5 rounds. Um, I know Vettori is likely to go the distance. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, if this fight ain't still going on in the round, I mean, it's definitely going to see a round 4. Uh, that's what I would definitely feel pretty locked in on that. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I definitely don't see a lot of early finishes in this. I mean, Jared's older, usually older fighters are pretty cautious, even though they've got the mechanics to knock a guy out. He does have the power to do it, but it's kind of hard when somebody's going to be pressuring you as much as Marvin does, and you know he's going to go for them takedowns, and he's going to get at least a few.
I mean, yeah, I like the over too because it's going to be a competitive fight. These guys are around the same skill level, and whenever like these, I mean, yeah. So I think it'll be competitive, and I think Marvin's chin's going to hold. So yeah, I like the over too.
So for me, I'm gonna skip it. I think I'm looking at what I'm gonna bet right now and what I'm gonna parlay right now, and I think that I will have 2 parlays. Um, I'm trying to move them into place so I can read them off spot by spot right now. Who's feeding back? Who's coming? Who am I hearing myself come back through right now?
I think that's right now. He's the one with the mic on.
Gotcha.
Must be me.
Yeah, I'm hearing myself. I don't I don't know why you motherfuckers listen to me. My voice is horrible. Anyways, so all my shit in order. I'm gonna pass on the Sabatini Almeida, the Vettori Cannonier, the Johns Barcelos, the Kyung Ho, uh, the Christian versus Kang fight. I'm gonna pass on Carlos Hernandez versus Denise Bandar. I'm passing on the Zalgis versus Felipe fight. I'm passing on Bleda Gabriela. I am taking the over 1.5 on Jimmy Flick Costa, the over 1.5 on Muslim versus Dalby, the over 1.5 on Zach Praga versus Bouquet versus Modestus. I am taking the over 1.5 on Dan Argetta, Ronnie Lawrence. I am taking the under 2.5 on Taurus versus Mota. I am taking Armin Sarukian, and I will bet this parlay twice. I will have Christian Leroy Duncan in one, and I will have Armin Petrosian in the other. And that will be my play for this week. Yep, that's all I'll do. Doesn't matter. I'm not saying run out and bet it. I'm just saying that's what I'm
So
going to
what's
play
your
this
most
week.
confident? The Jimmy Flick over?
The Zach Palga over.
Yeah, I can see that.
The Zach Palga over is fucking. It's there. I'm also pretty confident in the under for the Torres Mota fight. I would probably rank that in the top 2 or 3
Yes,
picks,
because if
even with.
Torres doesn't get the finish, he puts out a big like a strong pace, so he's gonna gas out later.
Oh yeah, he'll be completely gassed if he doesn't find the finish. And Mota can finish. Mota's no bitch. It's not like he's a guy that can only win a decision. He's got 9 knockouts. So, and even if you look at him, he's got some second round knockouts, some third round knockouts. There's some good reason to believe, just on quote unquote MMA math, if Torres can't get it done early, real early, Mota will do it before it's done. So, all I need is for it to happen under 2.5. If I can get fight goes the distance, no. I will look at that. I will also, so I did put under 2.5 / Torres. There might be a world where I play Torres, but I'm probably on the under 2.5 fight to go the distance no there. I'm pretty confident to say that I'll be on the under 2.5 fight to go the distance instead of Torres himself. So, yeah, like I said, I'm trying to pick 4 or 5, 6 picks, get to plus 800, plus 1,000, and cash that shit. Yeah, that's just what I'm trying to do. I've put a lot of money into that website, and I've done that shit on slips. Yeah, I have over the past month. You guys, fuck, if you've just listened to my slips, I've posted them all. Fuck, I'm not doing too bad. Anyways, that's anybody got any bets they want to throw out there, parlays they know they're taking, anything like that before I kind of move on? Cade, what you got, bro?
What's up? I was just kind of listening to you guys talk, but I was dealing with my daughter. But that Vettori fight, when the books give you free money, bro, you just got to take it. And I'm not challenging anyone here, but like over 4.5, like, or fight to go the distance is the move in that Cannonier fight, dude. Because the only one with potential to finish that fight is Cannonier, and Vittori's never been finished. I mean, the Cannonier hits hard, yeah, but I mean, he's not. I don't think he's finishing Vettori, dude. Like it really is free money, bro, and it's a good parlay piece. It's a great straight bet piece. And you're right, Joe. There's a lot of sharp ass people on that bet, and I think I know. And like, more power to them. It is a sharp bet. I think it's free.
Yeah, but so all right. So my only problem, like I said, the same thing you're saying, right? Victoria's never been finished. Cannonier hits hard. You probably were listening, so you were commenting on what I was saying. But I have to say this, and this is true with everybody who fights like Marvin Vettori. Eventually, someone turns you off. Marvin Vettori will get punched hard as shit, and they keep walking forward, and people are like, oh, he's got a chin, he can take a beating, he's got a block head, and that's great, and it has held up. A lot of guys have had great chins, and then when they finally get shut off, they get shut off all the time. I really think, I'm not saying that Jared's got to be that guy. What I'm saying, what deters me from being confident that Marvin Vettori can go the distance at this point is I think we're going to see that switch in Marvin Vettori at some point. I think Marvin is literally going to be a guy who leaves the UFC after getting KO'd a few times. Like, when it comes, I don't think he'll be able to stop it because he can't stop anybody from hitting him hard. He can't. He can't. So I'm not disagreeing. I'm very honest and open. I'm not betting that fight.
I
I'm just
like
not
I
confident.
like Jared. I like Jared. I think Jared's a good fighter, bro. I've always liked Cannonier. I just think that, me personally, I just think that when you kind of start slow, because Cannonier, I wouldn't say like I guess people call it a slow starter, but I just think he tries to analyze the fight and see what you're doing before he starts, kind of doing his thing. But like, when you do that against guys like Vittori, I just feel like they get in the driver's seat because they start trying to press you up against the cage and wrestle and try to grind you out. And
So I,
like,
I
that doesn't win minutes.
I predict. Do you remember when Israel and Yoel fucking stared at each other?
Yeah, fucking for 25 minutes of my fucking time I won't get back.
That's how I feel like this fight is gonna go.
Yes, bro. I see that
And
too.
That's
if
what it looks like.
that's how I feel like this fight is gonna go. And if Jared can fucking hit him and Marvin's chin is finally at that beat point, he might drop him. But
Well, Joe, this is another reasoning I have, and then we can move on or whatever. But I just look at it like this. In my opinion, besides Israel Adesanya and Pereira, Robert Whitaker's that dude in that division. He didn't even finish Marvin. So I just don't see how Cannonier's going to do it. I know they're a little bit different, but it's like, Rob's a good fighter too, and he wasn't even able to do that.
Wait, I have a question then. I mean,
yeah, but hold on, hold on, hold
go
on.
ahead.
Rob Whitaker finished as fucking nobody. Robert Whitaker is the decision king of the fucking UFC. That dude ain't finished nobody since the UFC
No,
was
your
on
favorite fighter.
Fox.
Your favorite fighter is the decision king.
The UFC was on Fox last time he finished someone, bro. The cards hadn't even hit 200 last time he finished somebody. He was.
Yeah,
You want to
but you
listen?
could say
Listen. His last finishes were on UFC Fight Night 101 and UFC Fight Night 65. Come on, bro.
yeah, but I mean, outside of Brunson, Cannonier hasn't even finished somebody in 4 or 5 years.
4 or 5 years?
Yeah, his last finish outside of Brunson was in 19. So what is that? 4 years?
Yeah, that is 4 years, 27 seconds. Except he finished Brunson in 22. So yeah, you're saying except that one, but he's only won 3 fights
No, I
since
got you.
then.
I got you. I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying, like, I just think these are just points that I'm
So
adding on to my case for the over.
so my thing that I said earlier about Jared in the chat was that Jared is live to finish into the third if he's gonna find the finish. That's all I'm saying. Like, if I don't, yeah, I'm just saying he is. I don't trust Marvin's chin to hold up forever, and I don't actually trust Jared to get it done. So again, no action. I gave out the plays that I'll be playing in this fight, in this card, but yeah, no action for me. I just, man.
I'll say this
He's
though.
gonna be on that back. He's gonna be on that back leg the whole fight.
Well, I'll say this though. I think you know what? I did like Torres this week, but you know what? I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Like I didn't have any read on this or anything, but I kind of liked your play with the under because I think you guys are actually right. Like the way Torres fights, bro, he's gonna have to get that under, or else the other dude's live.
So if you get DraftKings though, bro, like sometimes if you don't like the line, you can be slick, right? Like sometimes the under 2.5 is shit, but the fight to go to the distance no gives you way better odds because nobody hammered it yet. So like shit like that, like I'll be looking at the under 2.5 and will fight go the distance no, and wherever I can get the better money, I'm taking that. You know what I mean? Like I got no pride about it. I'll give up the half a round if I can get better odds, but fight to go the distance no, clearly if there's better odds you just take that because you get the extra half round. But
Hey, is
yeah,
Vinny in here real quick?
Vinny, yeah, he's on speak. Vinny,
Vinny,
you on the mic? He might be sleeping by now, bro. His ass pass out.
shit. I was about to say. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about Aldana, dog. Shit.
She's trash.
Yeah, but like you can't.
She's
It's
not
so
trash,
not
bro. I think
fucking
the
fair to
lights were
call
too
her
bright.
trash.
Amanda's trash too. How's she gonna give up?
No, I don't think Aldana's trash, bro. I think the lights were just too bright.
Yeah, well, I mean, and so I, she's number 5, and she wasn't like a super strong number 5 in my opinion. So like, like she got the bump and it didn't work out for her. She took the goat the distance. People can say whatever they want. She took the goat.
I
She
think
didn't.
Amanda was kind of playing with her.
She didn't take the goat to the distance. She was fucking focusing on not dying. She just didn't want to get
No,
finished.
here I don't know.
They
Well, I was gonna say this anyway. Amanda, it's kind of cool, dude, because I think Dana's gonna let Amanda retire with that division.
Dude,
I
Yeah, I
think
said
they're gonna
that.
get rid of it.
I scratched or betted. So this was the scratch it or bet it when we were opening the space up. We will never see another woman, at least not in a reasonable amount of time, not relevant to this 145-pound division. We will not see another 145-pound woman's fight in the UFC. Scratch it or bet it, because I bet the shit out of it. It's done.
Yeah,
That division is
I'm
dead.
with you on that. Because Dana was already saying like that's most likely gonna happen. That they're gonna get rid of 145 and possibly look at doing what Bellator's doing with the atom weight.
Yeah, one atom weight, they would draw a lot of atom weights up
105.
Wait,
into the
speaking
UFC.
of Bellator,
so you were saying, Joe? So you were saying, scratch it or
well,
bet it that this is the last bantamweight
That
fight.
we won't see any.
That this is it.
That you just won't see any more. That the division's dead. Scratch it or bet it.
Ah,
Women's
scratch it. There's
145.
got to be at least a couple, like like
shit, dark matches, before they actually close it.
But bro, like listen, go. I'm dead. I'm not arguing with you, bro. And you know what? If that's what you truly believe, then that's what you truly believe. But I want you to go do something for me. Go look up the top 10 in that division and tell me if anybody there is worthy of that.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Of
whoa, whoa,
keeping it.
whoa, 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 whoa. There is no
Besides
top 10.
maybe two, three fighters.
There is no top 10 in that division. The rankings have been wiped for weeks. They've been wiped for weeks.
Well,
There are
shit.
Because
There
they
you
ain't
no
got
go,
no
bro.
money.
Damn, then bet it. Yeah, I
Marin, what
bet
you
it.
got?
Hey, so I just wanted to ask you guys, since we're on topic, and I was thinking of it during work when, like Kay was saying that they did ask Dana that question, and he didn't answer it. He did answer it with saying that most likely the division's going to be out. I tried to look at the rankings for you guys right now where you guys were speaking, and it is true. The whole, like, you can't even press on it to bring up the top 15.
Yep.
It's only Amanda Nunes is a champion, and it has a little arrow like the other ones where you can look at the top 15, but nothing comes up. So it is true. But in a way, what I wanted to bring up was, okay, so Amanda is the GOAT, double champ or whatever. But is she really a double champ when her featherweight championship status is like iffy? Like if the
Yes.
championship is scrapped, no ranks, that means that she was. I mean, she was before bantamweight, before Juliana
Here's
Pena.
why. Hold on, Marin.
Yeah,
Hold
go ahead.
on. Here's why. I'm not trying to speak over you,
No,
but
go ahead.
here's
Go ahead.
why. The 145-pound division does not exist for Amanda Nunes. It exists for Chris Cyborg, the scariest woman to ever fight in women's MMA. Vandalay Silva in a dress. And I'm not trying to be an asshole, right? That is who that division was built for. Like, we are going to have a star because we have Cyborg, we have these 135 women that are stars, and that division was for Cyborg. And Amanda said, "Oh yeah, give me 9.5 months, I'll knock that bitch out." And Dana said, "Oh, she wants till October. This is ridiculous, but we're gonna take it." And fucking Chris Cyborg was featured in videos every week because it was her next big can to crush. And Amanda Nunes knocked that bitch out 3 times in 3 minutes, bro. So like,
Yeah,
yeah,
and you know what? Everyone hates on Amanda Nunes, Joe, and I don't get it, bro. Because you know what? Tell me if I'm wrong, and if somebody doesn't agree with me in this chat, I really want to hear your opinion and why. I am glad that Amanda retired and basically gave a big fuck you to Juliana Pena. Because why do we need to see that fight again? Juliana wants that fight so bad. Why? Just to get eyes
Because
on
it's the
her.
only
so
fight that's going to get any freaking
Juliana,
views, and
bro,
it's going to make her
that
some
first
money.
fight, that's cool. Juliana won. The second fight, Amanda beat the shit out of her. Why do we need to see
Oh,
that
yeah.
again?
It's her
Oh,
red
It
yeah.
was
To
penny
see
We
night.
who
know what's going to
50-43.
wins,
happen.
who's the better one.
It's her
We
red
know
penny
who's going to
night.
happen.
What do you mean who
They
wins?
are one
Amanda
and
so
dog
one,
yes,
walks
one.
her.
and
A
Juliana has the only
pocketbook.
stoppage. They are one and
so
one, and Juliana has the only stoppage. I know that the second one was a destruction, and we all saw it, but it wasn't a stoppage. Was it?
so here's what I'll say. That Juliana is not looking at this correctly. And I even made a tweet and it said she can lie if she wants to, but you and I know she's telling the truth or why she quit or something, right? To Juliana before Juliana even posted it, because I'm just a Juliana fan. I like her a lot, a, a lot, and I was really just trying to fuck around with a fighter that I like, but in reality, it's better for both of their legacy not to. So if Amanda Nunes were to lose that fight, it would not actually hurt her legacy. Like Juliana seems to think it would undo um that it would she seems to think that it would somehow put her in the conversation to be the GOAT, but it won't. Amanda Nunes ended the career of Ronda Rousey, Misha Tate, Chris Cyborg, at least her UFC career. She knocked Holly Holm the fuck out. Amanda Nunes hands down, is the greatest woman fighter of all time.
I
It
guarantee
is
you there won't
not
be
even a
another one
fucking
like her.
debate.
Guaranteed.
Yo,
Dude, and did I not
there'll
mention
definitely
that
be another one.
she beat Shevchenko
Twice.
twice?
Yeah. I guess
Bro,
one time
I'm
was
telling you,
sketchy, but I didn't see that fight.
the trajectory of women's MMA right now, and I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it, but I don't think there'll ever be like how there was, there was always there's John Joneses, there was an Anderson Silva when I was growing up. There was a George St.
Nah,
Pierre when I was but what I'm getting at is I really don't see another Amanda Nunes not for a long fucking time in the women's MMA.
Natalia
Nah,
Silva.
there's gotta be. They should do a contender series.
Natalia Silva.
That girl is
Dude,
good though.
Well,
She's
I
the
mean,
next Amanda
Juliana
Nunes.
Miller? What are you
dude,
talking
nah,
about?
nah, bro. We need to watch out.
she just came off a
We need to
loss.
watch out
Yeah,
for
no.
Aaron
Tabitha
Blanchfield.
Tabitha Ricci and Natalia
Also
Silva,
just
bro.
lost.
They're really good. And they train together, so
That's what I just said. Like, Natalia Silva lets me know that there will
dude,
be
she
more
is
of it.
so good.
Like,
Dude, why was everyone betting against her last fight, bro? I bet her, bro. I
dude,
was like, this girl's too
everybody's
good.
like, we don't know why you're so high on her, Joe. And I'm like, you guys, what the fuck are you talking
Joe,
about?
I
This
tried to
woman is
I'm not
Wait,
phenomenal.
Joe, I'm not even trying to knock anybody, bro. I agree with you cuz I was telling I'll even say it like cuz I mean, he posts his wins and losses anyway, but I was telling Drabi I'm like, dude, I see your read, but at the same time like this Silva girl, dude, she's a fucking good, dude. She's no slouch.
Yeah, so
And
Dravi is super sharp, and my favorite thing about him though is like when you're in the chat with him, and you get one right and he gets one wrong. Like, I'm not saying you beat him like it's a challenge, just like you beat him on a pick, bro. He's the first one to say good job, bro. As soon as that Silver shit went down, first fucking message in the chat was Dravi, good job, Joe.
Yep.
wait, is that
Like,
the girl that just popped
no,
that other girl's knee out?
first of all,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
bro,
but
sick,
she got another fight coming up, no, against someone she lost to.
bro. She did get rebooked. It's
Yeah,
um UFC. I swear I recorded it for coming up in this space. No, 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 no. Corinne Silva got booked. The Carini Silva, who did just fight, got booked. But
oh, she's the one with the knee bar over that one weird leg lock, right? From 2 weeks ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm gonna shout someone out though. Dravi is fucking sharp, bro. And if there's somebody that's improved over the last 2-3 months, that fool, he's he's getting up there, bro. He's good. He is really good. When he locks the fuck in, he is good. I didn't agree with that pick necessarily, but a lot of his picks, bro, he is money, bro.
oh, bro, fucking Carini Silva. Yeah, that's the chick that I was talking about, bro.
Oh, really? Not Natalia with Karina? Yeah, because I also had Karina. I bet on her because I
Yeah,
saw
my
her in
bad.
a. Yeah, I bet on her because she was, and it was weird because I saw her that she was chilling with that one girl. What's her name? Vanessa Demopoulos, and I bet for both of them because I saw them chilling together and like training together during fight week. And then it was weird because I saw how there was a video how I think Vanessa posted it how there was like the fire alarm went out at the fighter hotel and it was like 1:30 a.m. So they were cutting weight and then they couldn't sleep. Like the only time that they could sleep, and then the fire alarm went out. So I'm like, bro, what if she has a bad outing? But I still bet for her, and yeah, she got the leg lock in, and then now she's rebooked again. But yeah, no, she's impressive.
Yeah, Carini. You're talking about Natalia or Carini?
No, Karini, yeah, Karini. I mean, Natalia was
Yeah.
like a month or two ago, but yeah, no,
So
Karini was just like,
Carini is the girl that I meant to say a minute ago, not
yeah,
Natalia.
that's why
Carini
I
is
brought
the
up that
reason
leg
I
lock.
know that there will be more fucking killers in the
Hey,
UFC. Like the
but
day is coming.
but anyways, guys, I mean, I'll head out since this was a pretty fast card. I'm gonna try and hit the gym. First time in like 2 months that I hit it yesterday, so I'm gonna try and be more consistent. I'll see you
You
guys
gotta
next week
lie to
or
us, man.
Friday.
Tell us the truth.
It's
You got a
9:16 right here,
girl.
and I
You
don't
got a
start
girl
work till
coming
9 a.m.
over.
Nah,
tomorrow.
hit the
So
gym.
I
Do
still
your
got some
thing,
time.
bro.
Get that
Huh?
shit,
Yeah, hit
Marin.
that.
Hey,
No, I
bro.
was
Thank
just
you as always for coming in to host. Hey, listen, real
no
quick
problem.
before you leave, bro.
Yeah.
You gonna
What's
make
up?
it out to Vegas in July for at least a couple
Uh
days?
Most likely, yeah. I gotta start planning like if I'm gonna drive out there or fly. But yeah, I mean, right now I do have
Listen, bro.
money, so yeah.
If you fly, Vinny ain't showing up. So if you fly out, bro, he ain't.
What?
It's okay. I love Vinny, but he's not going. If you fly
He's
out,
ah
we'll swoop you up from the airport, bro. I can book you in on pretty much everything
fuck.
we do in them 2 days if you
Yeah.
ain't there. I mean, like dinner reservations and shit. And I got bro, we get a what is them shits called? I don't know. It's not called a hotel room.
And Marin,
Yeah.
the best thing about it is Joe told me he's paying for all you.
No, I
Nah,
mean,
Dude,
bro.
I'm
yeah,
going then too. Then if that's the case, we're good.
No, but I'm saying the rooms got the
My
fold out,
flight
bro. We get
plan
a
just changed.
whatever that a villa. They call it a villa. So it's got bedrooms and it's got a fold out and
yeah.
shit,
Oh,
bro. I'm
well,
telling you.
Andrew also he also put his hand out to like help out, and like he told me that I can always just crash at his place too. Which, by the way, his team won 9-3, so he's probably out celebrating right now. But yeah, shout out to him. But
Did
yeah,
they
no, yeah,
win? Did they win?
yeah,
Dude, they
9
Yeah,
blew him
9-3.
they
out.
smacked
It
them.
Nine to
was
three.
Yeah,
9-3 in
good
a
shit,
hockey
Andrew.
game. Holy
yeah, in a
shit.
hockey game, and that's pretty tough to see. That's what 12 goals. But yeah, no, yeah. So I mean, I'm for sure trying to. I mean, but yeah, we were kind of close. I should have probably planned this, but now I'm for sure trying to. I mean, I just lag because I rarely do things on my own like that. So, but I saw a
What
video on YouTube that kind of inspired me. I saw this one guy who does like YouTube videos, like he blogs himself on trips, and he posted about how, because I watch F1 and it came up on my suggestion how he went all the way to Bahrain to watch the and like F1 races, and it was cool to see how he met some other new people and he made friends. And I think that's always me. I mean, I already know you guys, so that should be more simpler. But by the way, yeah, I just wanted to say bye to you guys. Will's got his hand up for a little while, so I'll leave.
later on, Marin. We'll see you
Have a
Right.
good
next week,
night,
bro.
man.
Same here. All
Try
right,
to get
guys.
in Friday if you can for Tracer Space. It's like 5 p.m. your time, bro. But Mike Davis is sliding in, so
Yeah,
even if you
I'll,
could
I'll
just get
try
in.
it. I'll try even if I'm driving, because normally from my job I start at 9 and I'm off at 5. But it's a mechanic shop, so we start putting in cars at 5, so we don't leave till like almost 6. But I'm gonna try to at least be on my phone like while I drive home or something instead of the radio. But yeah, I'll keep you guys posted on the group chat.
Sweet,
Peace
bro.
out,
Talk
guys.
to you soon.
Yep.
Like,
Hey, you guys
Rhino,
want to
you're
make?
hanging out all night or what, old man? I mean, I'm not throwing you out, but I figured you'd be gone before Marin.
I know. I feel like I get like a trophy or some shit.
Hey, you guys want to make some money?
What you
Yeah, I
telling
want
us
to
to
talk about
bet, Tay?
Bellator too.
Bet Archie Colgan.
Nah, bro. I got a real lock for UFC. Archie Colgan's a lock, but like Trevor Peak UFC on ABC, he's coming up. That's a lock. Trevor Peak, that's a lock.
Archie Colgan's not losing,
Dude,
bro. He's gonna beat the brakes
he's
off
gonna knock
Emmanuel
him out
Sanchez.
probably. He's
Well, Emmanuel Sanchez's takedown defense is like 35% or something like that. He's probably gonna take him down and just beat
Oh,
his ass.
Archie Colgan's regional average in the U.S. is minus 323. He's only got 5 lines right now. My bookie minus 370, low vig minus 300, Unibet minus 345,
Drop
Bet
a thousand on it. It's free
minus
money.
300, and Bet US minus
When is
300.
it?
Who?
Who is
Archie
this that
Colgan.
wins?
Yeah, what's that one?
Archie Colgan.
Friday night at Bellator against Emmanuel Sanchez. Emmanuel Sanchez is on a 4-fight losing streak. Archie Colgan has finished, I think, 8 out of 9 of his. What? No, wait. I gotta go back and look. He's finished every single fight he's been in
Cade. I
except
love
one.
I'm at it. Archie Emmanuel has definitely lost his last 4. He got guillotine choked by Pitbull. He lost a decision to I don't know Mads Burnell.
Brunel. Mads Brunel.
Then Jamie Kennedy beat him in a decision, and then he also lost his last decision to Yancy Maduros.
I'm
So
telling you,
yes,
bro,
he should
Archie's
just
gonna
get
beat his
destroyed.
Yo,
ass.
can you put it in
It's
the chat?
I mean on here it's minus 400. So
Oh, it's 400.
All right.
yeah, it does look like a fun one
all right.
to bet. I'm
I'm
on
not
Bet
disputing
Online right
Cade's
now.
pick at all. But I'm gonna kick it on to some roster watch while we're bullshitting. UFC cut Braxton Smith, 5-2. Dude was 0-1 in the UFC, and yeah, he got canned.
Damn.
He
US.
should have got
Yeah,
another
I know,
chance
Hey,
right?
though.
nah, bro,
At
he
least
gassed
one
out
more.
hard for
Well,
Parker Porter. I get why they cut him.
He did. He did, but at least one more chance. Come on.
but in that weight
Dana
class.
ain't
I
Biggie
mean, come
Smalls,
on.
bro. Not one more chance. That let go of Martin Sano. He was 0-1 in the UFC, 0-2 in Bellator before he got in. 0-1 in World Series of Fighting before that. Dude managed to lose his way all the way to through the UFC. Hasn't fought since 2021. Maria Spider Girl Silva, who we just watched lose to Diana Balletta, was let go. Yep, I think she just fought her contract out, is what happened. Daria Zelen Yankovic, Yanka Yankinov just got signed to the UFC. She's an Aries champion. Um, Steve Ursig got a contract after beating David Dvorak with the UFC. That was cool to see. Amanda Nunes retired. Melissa Dixon, another Aries FC champion, got or standout, not champion, got signed with the UFC. And bantamweight Montserrat Renata, women's bantamweight. She's a Mexican champion, 5-0, got signed with the UFC. And Bellator signed WFL 155-pound champ Pieter Daniel Burst. He'll make his Bellator debut this weekend. He was 3-2 in 1, dropping his last two. That's all I got for roster watch, boys. I don't know. Cade might have some shit I don't know about, but that's all I got for roster
I'm
watch.
really liking this UFC on Jacksonville card. I think it might be one of the best cards of the year. Like, I think it's in
What date
11
is
days. It's June 24th. But I'm telling y'all, the free
that?
money spot,
Yeah.
the free money spot on that card is Trevor Peek. He's fighting someone who just got knocked out by Jordan Levitt, and Trevor Peek was at the UFC PI, and they measured his neck as like the strongest neck in UFC. So he's not going to get knocked
What
out.
the fuck? What kind? What?
Like, dude, you put your forehead on like a pad and you push with your neck, and apparently he had like the strongest neck ever. I don't know, some measurable.
No, but that card definitely looks.
Next to Dan Henderson.
Tattoo Tyra's on that card too. He's pretty nice too.
So you guys want my immediate fucking lock
Brendan
for
Allen.
that fucking card?
It's gonna be Taporia,
No,
the main event.
no,
Preachy.
What?
no.
Ooh,
My lock is Fade Cedricus
Dude,
Dumas, bro.
I'd like
That is
him
my
to.
for
lock of
real?
the card.
Dude.
Yes,
Soriano?
Fade Cedricus Dumas. He fucking sucks. Fucking fade him.
Oh shit.
He actually fucking sucks, and I don't talk like that about fighters, bro.
Nice. People that don't suck. D baby, what do you got?
Oh, yo, real quick, cause I stepped out for a little bit. I was just trying to see who was everybody on that, Taurus and
I'm
Mato,
I'm
whatever.
all over Torres D baby, but I'm all over him.
Oh, okay, bet. I'm on, yeah, for sure.
Who do you got on that one?
All right, I know he's got two more
Nah,
I'm
I'm
coming
on
on
the
pretty
Taurus.
under
soon.
on that
I'm on
fight.
Taurus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but even if Torres gasses, bro, he'll get finished inside the
I
distance,
mean, have
baby.
you
You
seen
should
him
look
gas
at.
before?
I mean, I guess I can't say I've seen him gas, but
So you gonna base off what, like, cause he?
but okay. So Mota is a late finisher. That's legit. If Mota's gonna find it, he can find it late, bro. I'm not deterring your bet. I'm just saying if you can get inside the distance, bro, it's worth looking at.
Bro, you know I'm on William Hill. They be bullshit. I can't parlay that shit.
I know, and you know what's fucked up, bro? Now that I got the site all built up and shit, and we got all the odds from all the books, bro, William Hill is Caesars. how fucked up is it that their book is shit? Like, I don't even, bro. I don't even code it William Hill. I code it as Caesars. Like none of the coding says William Hill. All the coding and shit says Caesars.
So what?
All
So
over the
so
globe
Caesar
too.
owns William Hill.
Yeah, so I thought, oh, okay, maybe in another region it won't be Caesars, it'll be William Hill. Like maybe William Hill is just doing Caesars books, right? No, bro, it's like Caesars US, Caesars UK, Caesar something else, Caesar something else. Like it's
D
fucking
D baby, are
ridiculous.
you taking Torres by KO? Because I'm definitely gonna hammer that too. I think.
Nah, I just took the money. I just parlayed him, but I'm gonna look at the props when that shit drops, though.
Yeah, I think he
Yeah, I
gets
do a
out.
straight. I do like a straight bet.
Yeah, he's moved from -170 to like 200 now, so it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, William Hill, you can't parlay prop bets. Yeah, you only can single bet it.
Hey,
Yeah.
listen, clowns. Listen, MMA.
So you can't
MMA is a clown sport. All right.
Shut your goofy ass up, boy.
hey. I just DM'd you not to open the mics up, Rhino. As soon as fucking Dylan Danis shows up, all the fucking ass clowns
Yo,
show
he
up.
was here.
No,
Yeah,
no,
he's been
I
here
just talked.
before.
Damn.
Every time he comes in here, some fucking ass clown has to get on the mic and be a fucking dumbass, and then he leaves. Um, yeah, I
Nah,
tried to
dude.
DM you, Rhino. It's not your
Yeah,
fault.
I
The
seen
other
it right
guys
at the
know.
time.
Oh fuck, Dylan
Yeah.
Danis. Yo, when is he fighting that douche?
Bro, he's been in here like 2, 3 times, and someone always gets on the mic and talks shit, and then he leaves. Like, fuck it. People can hate him, and I shit on him all the time, but fuck it. If he wants to come in and listen, I'm more than happy to have anybody listen, bro. I fucking hate that dumbass get on the mic every time he shows up. Um. Anyway, I got some fight announcements.
Hey, you was about to say something, Joe.
The
We was
Bellator
talking about
fight.
something.
Oh, my bad, bro. Dude jumped on, and I got detoured. Go ahead.
Nah, you was about to say something, but damn, man, something about the books. But
Oh, William Hill, yeah, bro. Everywhere around the globe, it's Caesars US, Caesars UK, Caesars AE, Caesars. Yeah, it's like everywhere I code it, bro. It says Caesars. It does not say William Hill fucking any.
hey, so you fuck with DraftKings, right?
Yep.
Okay. Damn, man, cause y'all niggas got it good though, man. I might have to move, cause
I know, bro. Especially if you wait till like the day of the fight. And I was just talking earlier, you can find other bet lines, bro. Like sometimes it'll be like, oh, the under 2.5 got hammered because they were advertising it. And then you go look at fight to go the distance, no, and it's better odds than the under 2.5. And you're like, what the fuck? Like there's so many odds that some shit just doesn't get hammered, bro, and you can still swoop in and get good lines. And some of them lines don't open up till like Friday or Saturday. So yeah, it's so you're technically getting those lines early when you get them Friday morning. You
yeah,
dig what I'm saying?
that's cool. I just gotta work harder. That's it. Cause William Hill, man, they don't let you do certain shit. Like you can't parlay.
Hey, bro, if you want, I could change their name on the website to Haters Hill.
D baby,
I know that.
yeah, D baby, hit me up if you try to place a bet on DraftKings, bro. Just send it to me. I'll place it for you.
Man, I don't trust y'all
Bro,
niggas,
what the
man. Come
fuck?
on,
What the
man.
Damn.
hell?
He got that D that 1,000.
Just when you think you know him.
Nah,
That D
Will, it's
baby
all
coin.
love, but I got trust
Yeah, I
issues,
know. I
man.
feel you. I feel you, bro. I feel you.
He said I got trust issues,
That
man.
cash out different.
Hey, but send me those plays.
On God. You funny, man.
All
Yeah, you
right,
can
so
just tell us what you wish you could bet if you were over here, and then we'll play it and tell you how it does.
Hey, hold on. What state y'all live in, man? I'm gonna have to move to y'all state.
Tennessee.
Massachusetts.
Michigan, bro,
Ma-
we got good
You don't want to
weed
move to
too.
Detroit. This place
Yo,
sucks.
move to Mass. Wait, they're gonna fight here soon, actually.
Yeah, I mean there ain't
Get over
shit
here. Get
but
ready to watch fights till 1 a.m.
DraftKings
Then
and
you'll be
good
like,
weed.
fuck
That's
this.
all that's in Michigan. There ain't shit else, bro. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I'm watching fights until 2 a.m.
I think Mohegan Sun's gonna have.
Anyways,
Oh, my fault. You go, Joe.
nah, I was just gonna move on and say, fucking couple fight announcements. Not too many. Couple I won't even skip, but Josh Vermeed versus Jamie Pickett at UFC Vegas 78. Like that'll probably be the most argued about fight of a month. Like for no ass reason, bro. That'll probably be the most debated fight of the whole fucking month of August.
Well, just because of the hate for Jamie Pickett.
Yeah, just because, yeah, like just those low end fights are the ones people are just all over. Uh RoboCop got a fight. Rob Font and Song Yadong are rumored to fight. Those dudes are both ranked. They're rumored to go on UFC 292, and then Marina Moroz. I know I already said it earlier, but she's fucking fighting Karine Silva. Karine Silva is a fucking lock. I don't give a fuck about Marina Moroz. Karine Silva is a fucking lock. I've told
You
you
guys
guys
look at
She
before.
beat her
you guys
before,
looked at
though.
any of
Fight.
the Bellator?
What was that?
Have you guys looked at any of these Bellator? Like Corey Anderson and Phil Davis, Sergio
Yeah, I
Pettis,
mean,
Pitbull.
Yeah, I got. Yeah, fucker. I got those up here in a minute, man. I'll let you
Oh
get your
shit! You
spot.
tell me. You fucking
When
tell
is
me.
that? Saturday or Friday?
Friday.
Friday.
Perfect.
Friday.
Perfect.
It sounded like you're talking about like the super future. I think you're talking about four.
Now I hit the UFC. I'm only gonna do like 4 of the UFC ones, 3 of them maybe. Carl's Uberg is fighting Whoa Young. I don't know who that dude is, but Carl's. I'll probably
Dao
hammer
Jung
fucking
lost
Carl's
to
all.
Devin Clark, so I mean, it's a setup fight for Uber.
Oh yeah, fucking hammer Carl's Ulberg, bro. Like fucking hammer him. That dude is awesome. Here's one that will get debated. Lupe Godinez will fight Sam Hughes on
That's a
September
banger.
16th. I- a
No, like
banger,
dead
is that
ass.
what
That's a
it
banger to me.
is? To all of MMA Twitter is gonna be a fucking banger, bro. Oh fuck to all of MMA Twitter. Quick hit for some Bellator this weekend. Pettis is fighting Pitbull. That's the younger Pettis, Sergio. And Corey
There's the
Anderson.
younger bull.
Yeah, and Corey Anderson is fighting Phil Davis. Nevkov is fighting Romero, but Anderson Davis. I think Corey Anderson is fucking top notch, like fucking elite. I haven't paid super attention to Phil Davis lately, but like, man, that sure does seem like free fucking money to me. I don't. Maybe I'm missing something. And then I seen when they popped up on the website earlier, fucking Corey Anderson only averaging minus 172, and Phil Davis is plus 136. Like, man, I don't really bet Bellator, but fuck, 185 seems like fucking. That's what it's at my bookie. Man, that seems like free fucking money on Corey. And is anybody
I
tell me
mean,
I'm wrong
I
on that?
will.
It's
I'll
okay. I'm
try to
just
get you
asking.
some information
I
during fight
agree.
week, but I don't know anything about these fighters.
I mean, Corey did come off a bad loss, to Nemkov. That was pretty nasty, but like it's Phil Davis.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not like Phil Davis is going to go in there and put Corey Anderson away or no
I mean, it's
shit.
going to be pretty fucking boring probably, and Corey will probably land some solid shots just because he's got that ground and pound style. I
I
mean,
think
he could
Corey makes
also be
it
a
looks like
wrestle
some
fuck.
Mortal Kombat shit, diving on
Yeah,
him with a fucking hammer fist, bro. Like Corey.
yeah.
I don't. I maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
He could finish him, but it also could be a boring fight. I mean, I would say that's the coin toss.
Man, I wonder what. I guess we'd be able to parlay it next fucking week, but we can't now on our site. I wonder what Archie Colgan, that was Cade's pick, and Corey Anderson would get you.
Yeah.
Wonder what that would get you. Uh,
Yeah, not too bad.
Hey Joe,
so, yeah, what you got,
just
Zach?
quick question. You said earlier in the chat about Pitbull. He's gonna go up in a weight class, or he could be a champ.
Really going down.
Yeah. I'll hit that one first because I was about to look at. So I do the dirt sheets now, but I don't search the other websites. I just hit Cap MMA and hit headlines, and those are the headlines I use. I usually hit them twice throughout the day because it gives me enough of them to fill this up. That thing fills up with reports from everywhere. Fight, MMA junkie, MMA fighting, all of the news sites. It just feeds them all there. So, um, yeah. So Pitbull says if he beats Sergio, he wants to go down to 125 and be a four weight champion. Like I get it, I guess, but like it's fucking Bellator. Like, who fucking cares, right? And I love
What the
Bellator, but
fuck?
like, I love Bellator.
Damn.
Bro, so
That shot's fired.
you're telling me that a four division champion in Bellator will be more remembered than any
No.
other Bellator
Of
champion?
course they're not going to get like known. It's sad that they're not getting more fucking actual views and likes and follows and shit like that, man. Some of these guys putting everything they fucking got into this goddamn sport. And it's sad.
I'm gonna tweet this later because I think it's real. So real quick, on the spot, scratch it or bet it. Scratch it or bet it that people would put more stock in Bellator if they threw their titles away and fought for UFC Intercontinental titles instead.
It's a
Scratch,
good idea,
scratch.
but I don't think it ever happened. So it's
I'm
whatever.
just being an ass, bro. I'm just trying to prove the point that like people just don't put any stock in being a Bellator champion. It sucks because I think Bellator's got some
Well, it's
pretty good
like
fighters, but
LFA. LFA is the same
And
thing.
that's not true.
yeah, I know, but like Bellator is 5 stages ahead of LFA in everybody's mind. Like Bellator gets compared directly to the UFC, but LFA
Oh
doesn't.
What
yeah,
What
Like,
about Usman's
I,
brother though?
small amount.
He's a cool guy. No,
what about him?
he's a Bellator champ. Don't he? Any?
Yeah.
When's he going to the UFC? Actually,
Who?
Are you talking about Usman's brother? He's already in the
no, the
UFC.
other one, the fucking Khabib's brother.
Khabib's brother, Usman Nurmagomedov?
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna. I thought for a while that Islam was gonna retire and that he would move over, and I don't think he will now. Like for a
Oh,
while,
I
I
know who you're
thought
talking about.
that was the plan, but then they started talking about how they had belts and at 155 and 145 in like a gang of different promotions. Like it was an accomplishment in itself. So I don't really know what them boys playing are. I couldn't really tell you, but I was wondering the same thing a couple months ago.
No, Islam said he's gonna try to get Leon's belt.
I know that's what I thought. I thought Islam was going to go up and that he would come over. I thought Usman would come over, but I'm pretty sure Kay's in here. He might be able to verify or discredit it. But I actually think he signed another contract with Bellator. Like, I think when I was looking it up, he had just recently re signed with Bellator. So I was like, oh, I guess he's not going over. I don't
No, I
know.
think I think that's
Um,
facts too. I think he did sign a contract. I think you might be right.
I'm pretty sure he did, if I recall, because I hit the subject, meaning like I was looking it up for the space one day, and yeah, I don't know. I figured Islam would retire with the belt, and then would usher him in, and he would get it, and he would quit with the belt. That's just what I thought would happen. Go ahead, Kay.
Yeah, Usman Nurmagomedov. actually did sign another contract with them, and he likes it in Bellator, bro. He likes how they he
Treat him.
he likes how they treat him, and he's very close with their public relations team. I mean, if you go on his Instagram, he just traveled with them. They were out in Europe somewhere. Um, they were traveling together. Um, he just some of the fighters over there in Bellator, no matter what anyone says, um, they just like it there. Like they don't give a fuck about going to the UFC because they care about how they're treated more. And over in
Well, they're
Bellator is not
making
as
money. It's not like they ain't making
well.
shit. I mean, they're making money.
Bullshit.
Bellator's not as big of a company, which allows them to be more personable with their fighters, I could imagine. So, um, it makes sense. But as for his case, he's probably not leaving Bellator anytime soon.
No,
Because
you
they're
want to know the one
making
that
money.
broke my heart, to be honest, and it was because I really wanted to see him compete. It broke my heart when AJ signed with them again. I was bummed.
Yeah, he definitely needs
And
to
it
be in the UFC for sure, man.
I mean,
and it's not about anything other than I like AJ and I want to see him in the UFC. It's not about anything about Bellator. I just wanted to see AJ in the big show.
to tell you the truth, if it wasn't for his competitive side of wanting to go fight the top guys in the UFC, guaranteed Michael Chandler doesn't leave Bellator.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Mike was so cool about admitting his journey. Mike basically felt like he had fulfilled his career as an MMA fighter, but he still had some mileage left, and he was given the opportunity to go to the big show, and he had thought that wasn't coming for him, and he was so cool. He said that Bellator was supportive for him, and that they big upped him. And the coolest thing ever was when Mike was fighting, Bellator's PR team was tweeting when he was fighting in the UFC. Initially, anyways, Bellator's PR team was tweeting for Mike. Like, it was cool to see. Like, Bellator was tweeting, Bellator versus UFC, here we go. And, like, I don't think they were actually trying to, like, knock on the UFC or cause some rivalry. It just felt like they were trying to up Mike because Mike is such a good guy. So like it was cool to see. And even though Mike is 3-4 in the UFC, he's one of my favorite guys. I met Mike, and if you meet Mike Chandler and you don't like him, I probably don't like who you are. That's a legitimate fucking statement. Like he is a good person. You can feel it when you shake his
I'm a
hand.
good guy too, but I'm also going to bed. So see you guys next week.
Rhino, thanks for grabbing one of the co-host spots this week, bro. I appreciate you. We'll catch up with you
I'll see
next
y'all
week.
boys
Anytime.
later.
Sounds good.
I'm back on Twitter
Deuces.
now, so I'm back in the spaces again.
Sweet,
Alrighty.
motherfucker. When more street beefs coming?
Oh shit, dude! I'm actually trying to train for another fight, but I'm dropping down to 145 pounds. So yeah, probably next fall, next summer, or maybe early spring. But I gotta get into
Yo,
shape.
Will,
That's fucking sweet.
I'll catch some hands with you, bros.
All right, let's run it, D baby. Hey, I beat you up. You send me that play this weekend, okay?
He say he gonna beat me up. What we fighting now? 145?
Yeah, 145. Let's run it.
Oh yeah, I'm about to beat that ass, boy.
Nah, bro, I'm McGregor in your ass.
Yo,
Nah, you a
Joe's the
dog
ref.
though.
Joe,
Hey,
you're
you a
the ref.
dog.
So you gonna break your leg and fall
Nah,
down, Will?
45,
Is that? Oh, he
145
left.
McGregor. I'm finna go undefeated on his ass.
He said 145, McGregor.
Nah, I'm a flyweight, man. I'm a flyweight.
Man, that's cute.
He said that's cute.
Hey, Joe, I was gonna tell you before you got off that subject real quick that I think that after Mike's UFC career that he'll actually sign a 1 or 2 fight deal with Bellator and give him a fight and finish his
I
career with them.
I actually think that Michael Chandler. So depending on the fate of Bellator, so a lot of people are talking about Bellator getting sold, but Bellator seems pretty sincere when they say, guys, we are not for sale. We
Yeah.
shopped it, we talked it, we are not for sale. Like they admitted they shopped it and talked it, bro. Like,
Yeah, Scott Coker even came out and said, he goes, actually, we've been getting offers on Bellator for about 4 or 5 years or some shit.
yeah. So like, if nothing changes hands, I think there's a very good.
Bellator could be Bellator has everything in place, including the fighters and the talent, to be the second best promotion in the world. And I already still think that they are.
They
But
are.
if they want to be legitimate, like a legitimate promotion, bring more eyes, bring more stuff, I just think that their marketing has to get better.
So I think when Michael Chandler retires from fighting, he will take Scott Coker's job. I think he will work with Scott in the company, and I think when Scott leaves, Mike will be that guy. I think Mike goes back and basically runs the tour.
Shit, I wouldn't be mad about it.
I really think that. Like, I thought Michael Chandler was the future for them. Like in the management, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, fighters that move up and really make a difference. I sincerely thought Michael Chandler was a guy that would do that for Bellator. When he went to the UFC, that was probably my biggest surprise, was that he left Bellator. Not that he was fighting in the UFC, that he left Bellator. So, like, the UFC may offer Mike something. He's such a good guy that he stays there, and they may offer him more money. But, like, in the situation where Mike's looking at what will make him happy and fulfilled, I think he takes a huge lead in Bellator after he's done fighting. I really do.
Yeah, because I mean, it's got to be something with as terms of money and the eyes on the product. I think it's just the UFC has ran the MMA world for a long time, but um, it's got to be something with their marketing or something. Because when I look at these other promotions and then I look at Bellator, I'm like, the talent doesn't compare. Bellator has UFC guys that can
Not
go to
enough of it, though.
UFC. Not enough of it. No, you're absolutely right. But like Nemkov, for instance, like I absolutely think he could come to the UFC and be the top light heavyweight in that division or one of them. Um,
Yeah, he could compete. I agree.
there's just not. He's just a name I'm throwing out there. But like Usman or Magomedov, I think he could as well. I think they have a lot of talent. Like I think if PFL went against Bellator, champions of each division versus champion Bellator would kill them.
Hey yo,
Yeah.
But I just
okay. I mean, like, how do y'all well, why UFC the measuring stick on, like, if niggas' talents match up with other people's talent? Like, why UFC is the main promotion to measure up
That's
somebody's
easy.
I
talent?
mean that's pretty. Easy in itself. Like
Well, yeah. So, bro, so the UFC is from the Wild Wild West. They are the old school. It's that simple, bro. They are the old school. Everything else old collapsed and they bought the archives. So, like, that's a lot of why. And someone said something about, like, Cade said something about it must be the UFC's marketing. Like, bro, I say this all the time. The UFC is MMA. They are MMA. They got it legalized everywhere. They went state to state, then they go country to country. It's so ironic when they go get MMA legalized in Paris and then Bellator throws the first Paris card. You know what I'm saying? Like, the UFC just spent millions of fucking dollars lobbying to make it legal over there, and Bellator throws their card 1 week earlier. They did it like the U they've done it to the UFC a few times, and, like, I just feel like that's why, because the UFC is MMA. Like, they are the sport. People can say whatever they want. If you remove the UFC from the game as a whole right now, all the fighters are free agents. Great. But you remove the UFC's product, brand, heart, soul, everything they do, you completely erase the UFC. MMA fails right now. It fails right
I'll
now.
go to Bellator.
There'll be some of us. Yeah, there'll be some of us, but MMA as a whole fails for sure.
No, I agree, man. Those contender series, all the fighters UFC brings on, like they just
All that shit we make fun of, all that shit we make fun of, like the shit you're talking about, the contender series, tough, bro. That shit matters. Dana's right. It builds stars. He's right. Fucking So Nate Diaz says Justin Gaethje. I'm glad Kate's here. Justin Gaethje versus Dustin Poirier doesn't fit the criteria for BMF, and Islam Makhachev says he doesn't approve of the BMF title. Says he doesn't want the BMF title, and he picks Dustin to beat Chandler or to beat Justin, and says guys like Chandler and Justin are not top UFC level talent. How you guys feel about that?
I agree, 100%.
Cade's fucking livid already. He ain't even on the mic. He's probably like, I'm just gonna ignore him. He's trying to fuck with me right now. I'm gonna ignore him.
I mean, those Dagestanians say shit all the time. I mean, Habib used to say the same shit. It's just Islam, but Islam got a mouth on him, bruh. But the one thing I'll say about Islam is, um, what the fuck? I just broke my shit. The one thing I'll say about fucking Islam's ass is, unlike Khabib, his ass got slept one time. So whether Justin or fucking Dustin win that fight, I hope they sleep his fucking ass just so his ass can look stupid. Cause I don't give. Listen, I'm going for my boy Justin. I'm all for my boy Justin. But when they're not fighting each other, I am a Dustin Poirier fan 100%. I love what he stands for. I like the person he is. I like the charity shit he does. He's a great You want to talk about great people outside of the octagon? Michael Chandler and Dustin Poirier are two of the greatest fucking people you can meet or talk to or be. So, yeah, I want Justin to win. That's my guy. That's my favorite fighter. He was my favorite fighter before any of this media shit. He was my favorite fighter before I met any of you. I've always been a fan of him. But win or lose that fight, I root for either one of those dudes. And I
Yeah.
hope whoever wins that fight beats Islam's ass, even though I know it ain't going to
Yeah,
happen.
it's not gonna happen.
So I'll be honest. I think Dustin could, man. I think Dustin could beat Islam.
What?
Yeah, I do.
Soon as
Dustin
wait,
is
equal my fault.
Ju- Dustin is I don't know how big the window is. Dustin is in a very rare late prime. Like people thought Dustin hit his prime back when he was fighting Connor. Dustin's body is mature. His muscles are hardened. Like old man strength is what I'm trying to describe. The man's boxing, as far as MMA goes, is absolutely unbelievable. He's strong. He's composed. If he has figured out how to stop the takedown, and after the Khabib fight, I'll bet you he has drilled it more than we have talked about fights. Man, I just think he might be able to get it done, bro. I really
Well,
do.
let me ask you
There's no
this.
way. There's levels to the
Let
wrestling.
me ask you this.
Go ahead.
If Justin Gaethje or Dustin Poirier, whoever wins that fight, who would you rather who if you were in their shoes, who would you rather face? Islam or Charles?
I mean, one's a
Uh,
title fight and one's not.
so
No, I
Charles,
know that, but I'm saying
Charles,
who would
because
you be rooting for to win the title fight in October is basically what I'm asking. If you're in their
so
shoes.
Charles, because they know that Charles will at least stand with them if they stand with him. They know, all right, if I go in there and stay on the feet, Charles is going to stay on the feet with me. And they also know, and I think it was actually Justin Gaethje who said it. Charles Oliveira hits harder than anybody at 155. That man, like everybody in that division knows, that dude hits hard as fuck. So, and they've all acknowledged it. Like, I'm not just being a mark. They've all acknowledged it.
Well, it's funny you say that, Joe, because I actually talked to him about that off air. Because I was like, dude, is it? Because I asked him, is it true that when you got hit by Charles, it felt like you licked a battery? And he started fucking laughing. He goes, the reason it feels like Charles hits so damn hard, and I think he does, is because Charles, um, when he hit me, he came straight down the pipe. It was no hook or anything like that. Like he hit me straight on my chin, like fist to chin. And he was like, and I felt that shit, bro. He's like, I'm not gonna lie, but he told me that between Charles Oliveira and Dustin Poirier, those are probably the two hardest hitters he's faced.
Yo, but you guys can't sleep on Islam's power too. I think he got a decent like stand up.
I'll tell you this much, bro. I think his stand up is decent. He doesn't possess the power that Charles Oliveira does,
He couldn't
or
even drop
Dustin.
a fucking featherweight, so he ain't got
Who?
no power.
Volk?
He couldn't even drop
Come
Volk.
on.
Yeah.
That fucking Volkanovski dude. This guy was playing
So look,
rugby
man, he
with
a
like
featherweight at
500
the end of the
pounders.
day.
Volkanovski,
I'll tell you this
he's
though.
not a real featherweight dude. He's crazy.
Well, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. I just wanted to answer Joe's point real quick. Joe, I was actually on the same page. I think that they would hope Charles Oliveira is the one that they're fighting for the title. Even though both of them lost to him, I think one thing was proven in that fight, in both fights with them, is that he's there for them to hit. He's a tough motherfucker and he's going to hit you back, and his jiu-jitsu is nasty, but they at least have a puncher's chance. He's there to hit. Islam is a little bit different of a story, I feel like, but that's just
No,
me.
because Islam don't get wobbled, and Charles Oliveira gets wobbled every match besides his last one.
What? What did you just say to Islam? What?
He doesn't get wobbled that much.
Man, my man Islam got slept early in his career. He's
That was
sleepable.
one
Bro, wait a minute.
time.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We're talking about Doofy. We're talking about the same guy when he throws punches, right? We're talking about Doofy, the dude. I can't. There's no other way to explain Islam's striking than to call him Doofy, bro. He is. Listen, he has to take them down, but it's okay that
Hey,
he
but
has.
hey, Joe, you got to give Islam props though. He did fucking he did stand and bang with Charles for a minute, and he did
He
hurt
dropped
Charles.
Charles.
Yeah, he did hurt him.
Everybody drops Charles. Charles gets dropped, then he gets up, pops up, and knocks
But
motherfuckers
he,
out.
he didn't get back
That's
up after
not
Islam.
talking
He
shit.
didn't get back up after Islam, no.
I know Islam was all fucking over him. Islam was all, bro. David Onama and Gabriel Santos are fighting. The fuck
Yeah.
out of
Yeah,
here.
that's a
Hey, you guys want to know the saddest thing about this Justin Gaethje and Dustin Poirier fight that nobody wants to come to realization with or even is talking about?
Come on.
The loser of this fight, I'm calling it, bro. The loser of this fight, either they're gonna push their hardest to take money fights, or they're taking the gloves off. And I really think that if Justin loses this fight, and if he can't get the Connor fight that he's been wanting for a long time, I feel like he wants it. If he can't get that fight, he's done. He won't fight
So,
anymore.
Just
I think that
Justin
anyway.
Gaethje, you're saying?
Yeah. I think either one of them.
Cade,
I think either one of them. I think this is the last
Cade,
run for both those guys.
Cade, kiss my ass, bro.
No, I agree with him, honestly. I think
No. Wait.
he-
Cade jumped my shit in a group chat probably about 6 months ago
Yeah, I did.
because I said Justin Gaethje should stop giving a fuck about that belt and focus on money fights. And
Yeah, but you know what?
Cade fucking hated me for that shit, bro. It was like I went to war and I was just standing there, and
No,
all of a
you're right.
sudden
You're right.
Cade was
You're right.
mad as fuck. But bro, Gaethje is a money fight. Bro, he is the definition of a prize fighter, and that's such a compliment, bro. Like, that dude can go get paid. You know what? Like, they gave him a belt. I'm not even being an asshole. They gave him and Dustin Poirier a belt. Like, you know what? Fuck it. Here, fight for this fucking belt we did last year, or 2 years ago, because it was hot, and you guys are fucking just
But
awesome.
listen to
Like,
me. I did get upset, and I do think that now that I look back at it, I think you made some valid points. But if Gaethje, and I'm not even going to argue this right now. It's still a month and a half away. I'm just saying if this listen to the words that come out of my mouth. If he was to pull it off against Dustin, he's right there fighting for a belt again. So, I mean,
so I
he
think the winner of that fight, I think they are fighting for one last title shot, and the winner gets it. What's that? What did he say?
I couldn't hear.
I said, why would Twitter allow pornography?
Allow what?
The fuck does that have to do with remove from speaker? I don't know what the fuck that has to do with what we're talking about. Anyways, uh, yeah. So I think they're fighting for last crack at a title. I think that when whoever loses does not get another title shot, and whoever does gets one last title shot. That's what I think.
Yeah, but what about Charles?
I think Charles will go first.
No, Charles. That's what they're doing. So October in Abu Dhabi. That's when the Abu Dhabi card is. Islam is fighting on that card.
Yep.
So that's going to be against Charles.
Yep.
Justin and Dustin, since they're basically fighting August because it's the second to last day in July. There's no way that they're going to recover from what those two are probably going to put each other through, go back into training camp, and be ready for an October fight. So you're probably looking at first quarter of next year for the winner of Dustin and Justin to fight the winner of Charles and Islam.
So here's the truth, though, and I believe this firmly, and quote me to it. So, like, listen, we all know I've gone bad ways with someone who's been in this space a lot, so I'll just leave it at that. But like, it's been well noted that I have pretty good foresight about MMA as a whole. Like, I called the Zuckerberg thing before I had. Like, there's just been several things. Islam, there is a very, very, very good chance that Islam does not fight at 155 again after October. If they don't give him a 170-pound title shot, there's a good chance he just doesn't fight again. Um, he's done at 155. I'm telling you, he's gonna go to 170. He's kind of hinted at it. He had a short plan where he wanted 3 defenses and then 170, but it's not gonna work out that way for him. I think Islam is literally going to win. If he wins, I think he is going to win and request the 170-pound shot. Um, yeah, I just think that's how it goes. If he loses, I mean, I think maybe he tries to get the belt back, but I think if he wins, I think he's done at 155. I'm really calling that. Like, I don't think he has 2 fights left at 155. So I think it's whoever the fuck in the UFC decides to fight for 155 interim belt until Islam is officially out of the picture.
So you don't think Poirier or Justin ever even see Islam?
Nope. I think they see. I don't, because I don't think they'll see him if he loses. So no, I don't. I think if they make Islam fight before he gets a rematch, which they won't, they probably make him fight maybe Benny, maybe the winner of Connor versus Chandler.
Well, I
Maybe
here's my
maybe
thing. I don't think Justin or Dustin's gonna be up for that interim title shit.
No, they'll be. I think. Yeah. So I think. So here's the thing. I don't think so either. But I think if Islam does a John Jones and gives the 155-pound belt up and says he's done, I think either one of them would be glad to fight for the vacated undisputed belt. I think for those guys, they really want to have it. I don't think they would see it as discounted or anything. I think they really want to have it.
So we actually were talking about some matchmaking in one of the group chats I'm in, media group chats, and I had proposed what I think is a solid fight at lightweight. How would you guys feel? They're both coming off losses. They're both right there near the top five. One of them's in the top five.
I
How
already
would you
know
guys feel about Rafael Fiziev
versus
versus
Beneil
Benny
Dariush.
Dariush?
Yeah, that's
Yep.
easy to see that everybody's going to call for that fight.
I think that's the fight that makes the most sense, man, because it's like they're both on losses, and Fiziev's still trying to crack that top five. He's still right there at number 6.
So I
So
don't think Benny fights soon enough.
And Benny
yeah,
deserves like another top fighter, I would say.
I
Yeah,
don't. Well, you know what? But to be honest with you, like, well,
I just don't think
I don't
Benny's
know.
going to be in a rush to come back right away. So like, I think like he's everything that he's kind of said has been clear that he's probably not going to come back for 6 months. So like, I think Fiziev fights sooner than that.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. He's gonna fight sooner than 6 months. He has to. He's young, or he's still pretty young. I mean, he's got to do what he's got to do.
Yeah, and he's moving, and I think that. So I've been waiting for the 155 division to make the big switch, and like I caught some slack for it because I'm not dogging out Dustin and Justin, but or even Chandler, but I think
Hey, look at
we're
my man
finally.
Dylan Dennis in here.
Yeah, Dylan's been in here, actually been in our space a few times. I'm the only one controlling mics right now, so finally no one will be able to get on here and be an asshole to him.
What's
Like, it's
up,
so
Dylan?
shitty, bro. Dude comes in to listen to the space, and people are fucking assholes to him. Every
He
time
needs to hop
someone
on.
requests a mic.
He needs to hop on. It's about time he does.
Dylan,
Uh,
hop on
I'm
here.
not gonna do any of that. I'm gonna continue the conversation. If he wants to, he can. Um,
Well,
so
send him an invite so he can accept it or decline it if he wants.
no, if he wants to request, he can
Well, he
request.
needs to fight
So
next. Tell him he needs to fight, man. He's pretty good.
come on, stop. So I think that we'll see Armin, Gamrot, Fazeev, and I think Benny will stay there. I think we're going to get to see those guys transition up into the top 5. And I think we're going to see Dustin and Justin come down. You'll get to see guys like Jalen Turner get closer to the top 5. I'm really happy about it, to be honest. So I'm not mad if Islam retires or goes up to 170. I'm just not mad about it at all, bro.
I got a quick
I don't
question
have
for
a
you.
problem.
Do you think he can beat Leon Edwards, or who wins that fight?
Yeah, I do think Islam can beat Leon Edwards. I think that timing is key, and I do think Islam can beat Leon Edwards. I I think it. I think he does it pretty easily, to be honest, man. Like I don't I don't know if easy is the word. Convincingly. What do you think, Kate?
Oh,
Say that one more time. What was the question?
Can Islam beat Leon?
The problem. Hmm.
Well, you think he can or he can't? I don't.
Well, I
Dead
was gonna
pig.
oh,
say
we
You
that
got
on
the
the
biggest.
we
mic?
got some thumbs down and a thumbs up. We got one thumbs up though.
I think the
Uh,
biggest problem with Islam Makhachev is can Leon stop him from taking him down? Now, if that fight, obviously, if Leon can stop the takedowns, then obviously I think Leon beats him. If he can't stop the takedowns, then it is what it is. But that's really the only way that
Look at
fight
these little
goes.
lame ass niggas putting their thumbs down and shit. Lame ass niggas. That's why y'all ain't got no mic.
So
Lame ass boys.
anyway, here's another one. So I'm pretty confident Chimaev is fighting at 185 next, no matter what. No matter what. I'm like super confident. Dana White has made comments about how he is not making the Chimaev Usman fight. Usman doesn't want to fight at 185. He's not making catchweight fights. Some guy pretended to break the news that they were fighting in October or some shit. And then Dana doubled down and said, again, Usman does not want to fight at 185. We are not making that fight. That says to me, Chimaev is going to 185. How high into the rankings? And I'm gonna name them off. So Alex is moving, right? Alex is moving to 205. So we're just gonna I'm gonna skip Alex, right? So Izzy is champ, Whitaker, Vettori, Cannonier, Costa, Duplessis, Strickland. How high into those rankings do they insert him? Who does he fight? I think he gets the winner of Robert Whitaker versus Dracus Duplessis.
Myers?
Yeah. So kind of. So let me. If it's Duplessis, I know Izzy's pushing for that fight, so Izzy will probably take it if it's the Duplessis fight. If Duplessis wins, but if Whitaker wins, which I think everybody is leaning that he'll win, I think that Chimaev versus Whitaker is the fight that the UFC makes.
I think completely different.
What do you think?
Well, they've been saying so everybody's tied up at 185, right?
Okay.
And Dana said, "Well, we're working on Izzy," and he kind of gave a little like smile. So I feel like as if Chimaev might fight Izzy at 185.
I mean, I don't think there's any
And
word
Izzy's
because
talked about that fight too.
but Izzy is really invested in Duplessis winning, and it makes me think that he's not talking about Chimaev right now.
But you could be right too, though, because a lot of people thought that they're gonna get that they're gonna get that fight with Usman and Chimaev done for October.
Yeah, I don't. That's not happening. I'm confident that's not happening. All right, so I had a couple other topics on the list, but I'm gonna skip them. Uh, D Baby's listening at least. So Floyd Mayweather bout exploded. Gotti the third one
Yo,
fucking what a clown ass type shit, right?
yo, that
Like
made my
they should
night.
have just stepped back and fuck it, Floyd, knock his ass out. Like they should have just stepped back, like fuck it, whoop his ass.
Yo,
Was that
they really fought for a second. Like they got for real for that split second.
was that John Gotti's like real like
Grandson,
descendant?
yeah.
Yeah, grandson. Yeah.
I'm sorry, that boy caught a right hook and
Definitely.
fucking flew across the ring.
Yo, Floyd Mayweather was beating him up the whole time though.
Well, you know the funny thing is, in those exhibition fights, Floyd doesn't even go all out on these guys, bro. He's just there to make a check. He knows they're there to make a check. They're just gonna put on a little show for the crowd. A lot of times he's carrying these fools. But you saw Floyd because when that dude went after him, bro, Floyd threw a right
Yeah.
hook, bro, for real. And dude flew halfway across the boxing ring.
And then Floyd Mayweather's goons popped out in the shadows, like fucking
But
100 deep.
all I'm saying is when dude wanted to be like, no, it's time to
Yeah,
fight. Why they didn't just step back and be like, knock his ass out, Floyd? Floyd could have just been like, pop, pop, that's done. Let's go home.
yeah.
Like the ref was stopping it for a reason. Like I don't,
No,
whatever,
because
man.
he wasn't listening either though. Like the ref was like, "All right, you guys both gotta stop." And then this guy was like, "What? Well, no, fuck you." And then
Is that what happened? I just seen that he was stopping it. I didn't see the fight.
no, I ended up seeing the fight because even after the fight ended, there was so many brawls in the whole stadium. Like that must have been an insane night for like going out purposes.
I
It, it was a shit
Jake
show.
Paul agreed to go. listen, Jake Paul agreed to go 10 rounds with Diaz, and then after Diaz called for 10 rounds, and then Nate wrote, "No, I'm good with 8." Like, he's such a bitch. He's such a bitch. Dante Wilder offered a 2-fight exchange with Francis Ngannou. Nobody cares about Dante Wilder versus Francis Ngannou. I'm not being an asshole. Nobody cares. It doesn't sell. Nobody cares. I swear I'm not being an asshole. That's the stupidest fucking fight
I
ever.
think
Francis is.
this would have to be like France's only shot, though. I mean, fucking Deontay's like willing to fucking negotiate. He's fucking talking about like he wants it. He was at PFL, what do you call it, for the event shit. So it's like, if anything, this is probably gonna be France's like only chance. So I say fuck it. If I was Francis, give him whatever the fuck he wants. You know, suck him off. You know, just get the fight done.
Whoa.
That way they'll say that you couldn't get it done. You know that the Dana thing was a failure for sure. You know, because fuck. I mean, if all that didn't fucking go through for nothing, then fuck.
I agree with you, and I honestly think that if they were to fight, that'd be a big fight. Like, it would sell, I would think. I'm still gonna illegally stream it, but it'd be a nice one.
Listen, Wilder is already all but set to fight Anthony Josh at the end of this year. So, like, if he loses to Joshua, like, it's whatever. Teofimo Lopez fucking announced retirement after he pitched a shutout to Josh Taylor. Yeah, I heard a lot of
Don't
people.
buy into that bullshit.
Yeah, everybody's bitching about that. So closing topic of this space today is, and I wish Andrew was here. This ain't an attack on him. I just wish he was here. The PFL is full of shit. That is the closing fucking topic
Wait,
of this subject.
what? Why?
Because the PFL won't shut the fuck up about fighter pay. They will not shut the fuck up about fighter pay. They signed Jake Paul, who's a whale. If you don't know what I mean by a whale, Jake Paul's going to demand big money when he comes to fight, right? He's going to demand big money. All this shit he does for the fighters, that motherfucker's going to demand a big ass paycheck, right?
Rightfully so, though.
Oh, wait. Super fight cards. They got dough. Francis Ngannou. Yeah, Francis would have made more in the UFC. So PFL 4 pay was released, salaries was released, and they're all about the fighters, right?
True.
Yeah, they
Spill the
still do
numbers.
win
What's
show.
the numbers?
How come nobody talks about
Wait,
that?
say the numbers
How
real
come
quick.
nobody talks about? I'm about to. So how come nobody talks about PFL still does win show? How about nobody talks about PFL had 2 fighters make $3,000 a piece at PFL 4?
Oh,
Akeem Bashir and Brandy Hester made $3,000 a piece. Oh yeah, they're taking care of fighters. Oh yeah, they're fucking killing it. $3,000 a piece. They had 2 dudes break $100,000, and they didn't break $100,000. They made $100,000, and that's only because they got their win and their show at 50 to win, 50 to show. The whole fucking card made $759,000. The whole fucking card. Win, show, bonus, the whole deal. To put that in perspective, Irene Aldana made $782,000 for her fight.
just last weekend?
Irene Aldana, that was thrown into a main event, that wasn't set to
I'm
make a
sorry,
whole.
that is disrespectful as shit. Three
Yeah,
grand?
that's disgusting. That's nasty
Yeah,
work, bro.
bro.
Like, they should be ashamed.
Yeah. How about on top of that, they've got one fighter at 6,000 to win, 6,000 to show, right? The next dude's at 8,000 to win, 8,000 to show, 11,000 to win, 11,000 to show, 13,000 to win, 13,000 to show, 15,000 to win, 15,000 to show. That's not to mention the dude that got 10 grand to lose, 15 grand to lose, 13 grand to lose, 13 grand to lose, 16 grand to lose, 10 grand to lose, 10 grand to lose. Oh, here's an even better one for you. Both of them people that made 3 grand, they got 3 grand and they fucking lost. So, like,
No,
bro,
I agree.
it's
It's nasty work. And Marias, he made $50K and he got knocked out. Like,
so So Bellator 296, that's not a banger of a card, right? Fabian Edwards, Gegard Mousasi, Brent Primus, Masahar, I can't say his last name, Douglas Lima, Costello, Gotti, Musha, right? That's not like a super stacked card, right? Their their main card, those fighters I just named, made 786. That's just the main card. That's fucking nearly 25 grand, just over 25 grand more than PFL's whole card. Here's another one better for you. It's only 4 grand more than Irene Aldana made. It is so PFL paid their whole card less money than Benny made, less money than Charles made, less money than Amanda made, less money than Aldana made. If you add Benny and Amanda together, they made more than 3 times that entire card. Dan Ige made more than double anybody on their card. Mark Andre made more than double than anybody on their card. Eric
Wait,
Anders and
I
Mevov.
gotta object real quick or interject. Uh,
Sure.
how much sales did the PFL have compared to the UFC though?
Nah.
Nah, bro. I'm gonna
What?
tell you right now.
Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa,
I'm
whoa, 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 whoa. ESPN pre-signed contract. Their share is pre-negotiated. That money is pre-generated. The only people that got paid off of that pay-per-view are Amanda and Irene. Everybody else is just on their pay from what the UFC gets from ESPN. Guess what? PFL gets paid from ESPN too. So fuck that bullshit. They
Yeah,
don't pay
bro. I'm
their
sorry.
fighters
That's
shit.
inexcusable. It doesn't matter your sales. You got a minimum. And I'm saying this. This is still being kind of stingy, but a minimum, and I mean minimum, a fighter should make, in my opinion, is 12, 10, 12 grand minimum, and that's still being stingy, bro.
Fighting
Three
on
grand, that is
PFL,
I
inexcusable.
absolutely,
think
bro.
25K should be the minimum across any platform, to be real, because like they're fighting for their lives.
I mean, because
So some of the
Bellator.
regionals can't sustain that, but there needs to be. So, like, I don't know how it would be done because you have the amateurs, the regionals, and then the big shows. But, like, the big shows need a way, someone needs to figure out a way for them to separate themselves. Like, that guy need to pay, I agree, 25 grand minimum to show up. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. We're not saying give them 6 figures to show up, but nobody should get less than 25 grand from Bellator, PFL, the UFC to show up to a fight. Nobody on the card should get less than 25 grand.
I agree.
Unless your name is CM Punk.
Yeah, fuck you. Shouldn't get paid. Shouldn't get paid at all.
Yeah, I mean Bellator and PFL. I understand they can't pay fighters $782,000 a piece to show up to fight. They don't do enough numbers. They don't have enough business, so to speak. But um, fuck, dude, 3 grand? That's a fucking slap in the face. I wouldn't want to get punched in the face for 3 fucking grand. I'd just say go get fucked. I'd
Well, yeah,
rather I'd
fuck yeah,
rather
you
sit
would,
at home and make 3 grand off the sports book.
bro. All I'm saying is that is fucking not prevalent or not proof of Jake Paul and his bullshit.
Bro, do you guys know what some of you I'm not saying I'm not asking this to make you sound like you're dumb. I'm just throwing the question out there in general. Does anyone in here even know how much 3 grand is? That's somebody's fucking minimum wage job.
I mean, it's not a minimum wage job, but 3 grand
In
is not.
California it is probably, right?
No.
I mean,
What's
I will put
minimum
it to you.
wage out there? Like 16, 17 bucks an hour?
I will put it to you this way, and this is honest to God, no exaggeration. $3,000 wouldn't pay my bills.
Garrett, it wouldn't pay mine either. My rent's almost $3,000.
Bro, like 3 grand wouldn't pay my rent for the month, and you're gonna fly me out, and I'm gonna fight in the PFL for three. Nah, that's not gonna. That's not going down like
Bro,
that.
my payment just to live and put a roof over my family's head is $2,500.
Yeah, I can't. I can't even. Whatever. I can't fathom doing that shit. That's
Bro,
just
if I came home to my wife black and bruised and lost and only came home, she's like, "Hey, honey, how much did you make to get beat up this weekend?" Oh,
after
three
you train
grand.
for 8 weeks. After you train for 8 fucking weeks, what'd you make?
You
Oh,
spent
3 grand.
you made 3 grand for basically 2 months of work, and you got your ass whipped. Shit.
Well, babe, I didn't actually make 3 grand. I got to pay my coaches. I owe the gym.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, so actually, I'm coming home with about 750, honey.
No,
Yeah,
with that
but
3 grand, you gotta throw it on yourself or just throw the fight. You know what I mean? Just let them beat you. Throw that
uh,
3 grand on the bet
Yeah, I'm
against yourself.
sorry, bro. You can't come out as a promotion and complain about fighter pay and all this bullshit and then drop your salaries and two of your fighters on your card made 3 grand. I don't give a fuck if their name's Billy Joe. 3 grand's a slap in the fucking face, bro. That shit is ridiculous. If you're fighting in the PFL, you brought them there because you saw something in them. You are at least a big enough organization to pay each fighter 10 to 12 grand minimum. They should get that. And 25 grand minimum is actually what I do truly believe. But 10 and 12 is at least acceptable. 3 grand? Fuck that. That is
if you got a major
ridiculous.
network TV deal, bro, like there's no, yeah, 25 grand is not that it's
No, I
25.
agree with you, but 3 grand, come on, bro. Like if it was 12 grand, I'd be like, okay, that's still kind of low, but three? Fuck.
I defend the UFC so much. You know it, right? Like I'm a UFC fan, right? Like Stan, right? Bro, Dana White is still handing out 50 grand like it's 2009. Like,
Yeah, but he made so much money this weekend. Come on.
but what
Bro,
I'm saying is for bonuses, Dana White's still handing out $50,000 bonuses. Like it's still what it was when he started. That's 100,000, bro. And
bro,
fuck you, because your company was $45 million in debt when you were handing out
okay,
$50,000,
let's put it this way.
bro.
Everyone complains about fighter pay, and I've seen some salaries where I'm like, "Oh, dude, that's just low, dude. Like they should be making 25, 30 grand minimum, you know?" And I've complained about stuff like that, but mid-tier fighters to high-tier fighters in the UFC, they do pretty well. I mean, Justin Gaethje literally told me on the interview. I don't know if you guys listened to the whole thing or whatnot, but if you listen to it, he literally told me. He goes, when they asked me if I wanted to fight 3 or 5 rounds, I'm like, fuck that. Why would I fight 5 rounds? I get paid the same. Um, but if I main event for 5 rounds, I get an extra $25,000. He goes, $25,000 doesn't mean shit to me. He goes, but then when they brought the BMF championship, that's when the pay scale made it worth it. But he's like, an extra 25 G's. So if I'm what I'm making my point at is if a fighter says 25 G's, get the fuck out of my face. That should tell you right there. I'm pretty sure they make pretty okay money
No, but
in the
So,
UFC.
that's Justin
two
Gaethje though.
things.
I get it though,
Two
but
things. The
the
BMF
fighters in the
belt.
UFC don't make bad money.
If the BMF belt represents pay-per-view points for the main event, I'm all for the BMF belt because that's basically what it represents to this
Yeah,
point.
that's exactly what it
Pay-per-view
is.
points for the guys that are fighting for it that wouldn't normally get pay-per-view points. So I'm all fucking for it. Like, second thing is Jorge Masvidal, who I know was a big deal. I understand. Jorge Masvidal just revealed that he made over $5 million for one UFC fight. Like, these people are making money, and I'm very tired of people giving the UFC shit because someone comes in and makes 30 grand, and they're like, "Oh, you're worth millions." I got no problem with someone making 30 grand. You come in, you get your debut. If you fight your contract 3 times in a year or 3 times in 18 months, if it takes you a little longer, that's once every 6 months. You'll make $90,000 in the next 18 months. You'll be eligible for a new contract for more money. We'll see if you've got some star power, what you're worth. Like, I don't have a problem with certain amounts, but this fucking 5 grand and 3 grand and 10 grand
Well,
and
here's the thing,
12
Joe.
grand, bro. Like, I'm fucking
It's
over it.
Here's the thing, Joe, with this whole fighter pay thing is like The UFC looks at it like a promotion. Okay, you get your first contract, right? Let's say it's 20 grand a show. Let's say you get 15 grand a show and 15 to win. All right, so you get 30 grand if you win the fight. The UFC offers you 3 fights a year minimum. That's what Dana says the contracts are. So at least 3 times a year you get offered a fight.
Yeah.
Okay, you accept all 3 of them, right? And you win all 3 of them. You just made $90,000 plus whatever performance bonuses that you might have won. Okay,
Plus,
so you make
plus
it to
your
your
endorsement pay. Plus
yeah.
your
Okay, so all that stuff. So you're already at 180 to 200,000 if you add in a performance bonus or two. Then let's say you make it through that contract and you get to your next contract. The UFC doesn't offer these guys 15 and 15 again. If you made it to your next contract, you might get bumped up to 2025 now. So
bro, if
now
you got
you're
star power, you can get more than that. That's my point.
that's what
Like
I'm saying.
once you
So if
get
you
through
if
that
you show up and
contract,
win,
and bro, they're not putting you in there to fight Charles Oliveira on your fucking 2020 contract. Like it's just they're giving you a shot. Look, we're going to get you on TV. We're going to give you $100,000 if you come fight 3 times for us this year. That is big money, bro. Like, I'm just tired of people talking shit. The fucking PFL just told somebody, we'll give you 9 grand to come fight for us 3 times, basically. You're getting a motherfucker $3,000, bro. This shit is ridiculous.
and you basically, and to be real with you, if you really, and I understand it, fighting is a dangerous game and all this shit, right? But if you really want to put it into words, the UFC is basically saying, we'll pay you $120,000 a year on your first contract, or $100,000 or whatever it is, 90, whatever, 90, $100,000 a year for you to come work 24 weeks. Because 3 training camps is about 24 weeks.
Also, we're the coolest company that exists out of any major sports platform. And if you want to be active, we will help you grow your social media. They do, bro. They have those conventions for fighters. Fighters that talk tell you, like, man, they do tax classes for them. They do social, like, self marketing classes for them. Like, man, they do a lot for these fighters. They give them the PI for free. They like I, I don't know. I think highly of the UFC. Listen, I'm gonna cut the YouTube channel right now. I